Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this.
Okay, we go.
And welcome back to Offbeat Melody, Death from Among the Stars guest arc. Last session, we had a short but rather eventful one where the group, thanks to intervention from the Weaver and Zoe managing to gain the trust of the injured Talon, was able to rewrite its basically restitch it to essentially give it its freedom in much the same way that Julie previously did so with one of the needle points. And upon saying that there was no longer a threat with it, the group discovered the vault of the museum. Inside, discovering several preserved specimens that various members may have secreted it onto their persons for later. And among them was the contents of a work case and damaged journal of Ismail the Tinker, apparently one of the long-term member or long ago residences of Fiddler's Green, and the one responsible for, seemingly weaponizing the hunter personality of Benedict. After some chatting, the group eventually started to fall asleep as dawn had finally broken over Fiddler's Green. The storm from last night mostly now just mostly overcast clouds with some breaks in the sun, or for the sun to shine through. But I know Benedict was staying up because he doesn't need to sleep. And who else was staying up for first shift?
I believe Zoe wanted to do first shift.
Because Phineas has passed out. He is not a quiet sleeper. He is snoring.
So has Julie.
So it's Kaiko.
And thankfully for Julie, so far, the sleep is dreamless.
Yay!
Yeah, Zoe wants to, even if she knows Benedict's going to be awake the whole night, she does want to, keep an eye on things for a bit.
Okay. And Benedict.
Yes.
What were you up to?
He is.
You have the case, the tool case, the book, and the letter that you found preserved inside the tool case in a hidden compartment.
Yeah, he is definitely reading the letter.
I wonder, would this be a sharp or a past lives check?
You look at what.
I think past lives because the hunter did know, Ismail, and as we said last time, you do know Arabic.
Yes.
So it would just be a matter of being able to decipher this, which, depending on what you may or may not remember.
That is. Where'd it go? That is a 7, so it's past life has a little experience on this.
Okay. I'll say that you are able to begin deciphering it, but it will probably take you the rest of the time while everyone is asleep. This is a fairly complicated cipher that you do remember the key to, but it also seems that there are various layers. Ismail, as you vaguely remember, was a very careful man about ensuring people did not learn what they shouldn't from his research.
Makes sense. So he's going to be engrossed in that then.
And while you do that, the reconstructed, is just kind of sitting off against the wall, just curled up, arm curled up around itself, knees against its chest, kind of folded up. I think we said last time, similar to like how a xenomorph just folds up to take as little space as possible when they're at rest. And they're not sure if they're resting, but they just kind of facing out to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe, unless there was anything you wanted to do, probably. I'm just trying to see if there would need. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll just have you and Benedict. Both of you do what would be like a keep watch roll. Probably like. I'll say you can either roll cool or sharp.
Okay. Cool or sharp. That's an 8.
Yeah, I would say keeping an eye out would be like read a bad situation, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is a.
Yeah, I was kind of like tossed up between act under pressure for cool or read a bad situation for sharp. So either of those.
That is a 10 from me.
Okay. So, well, Zoe, you're pretty tired, but you do manage to you find yourself nodding off at a few points, but you catch yourself and you like shake yourself awake, and you don't like fully fall asleep, but you manage to keep an eye out. The windows there's like shutters, but you can like see through the cracks, and it just seems like a quiet, dreary day outside. A few times it rains, and yeah, Benedict, even though you're focused on this deciphering, you know that you personally know the danger of this, and then you're even more on edge by having a reconstructed in the room, even though everyone else is telling you that they're fine. You're still on that like edge is like, okay, but you're on thin ice, buddy, kind of a vibe with that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Very thin.
And
Yeah, I think it was at the end of last session I said, once Benedict was confident everyone else was asleep or not paying attention, he would do the I'm watching you gesture.
and when you did that, like the Tala just kind of did like tilt its head, almost bird like at you before it like settled back in.
I don't have eyes. What are you doing with those?
Of course Hunter's on edge. He has edge to spare.
Oh god, that poor cat. Bath time.
The misery.
I can't. I wonder what would happen if the hunter sees a reconstructed gnome.
It is on site. I don't care what. I don't care if you want to redeem it or not because it's cute or some shit. It is on site.
It's just the quick draw, no hesitation, ultra instinct speed, just quick draw, magnum, just pop.
Every past life of Benedict in unison.
Fuck that gnome.
Benedict's arch nemesis, the Shmoroman gnome.
Goddamn
Ask
bastard.
one day what the fuck is up with that.
Yes. Of course, the nemesis of a long-lived robot would be a fucking fairy creature who's just as long-lived.
It's just a continuous rivalry through the ages.
A gnome, the gnomish shape.
Oh god, it's like Mr. Miss Mixoplex, the fucking sixth dimension with that But so I guess the group possibly would have discussed this before going to sleep, but I guess it's up to Benedict and Zoe how long you want to let people sleep before doing a shift change.
Good question.
Yeah. How long are we sleeping? Going 8 hours?
I would say that since it's still technically in the middle of summer, so it would have been an early dawn. So it's
Yeah, it was
never tell, and it's
How many
probably
hours of daylight do we have?
almost
like 10.
Yeah, it's kind of the reason they were kind of stymied is because the nights are short in the middle of summer.
Then I'll wake like 3 hours before I wake someone up.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Let's
like
see.
You want to wake up.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. D4. That'll be Celia. Zoe goes over and like shakes her to the pile of plushies.
Oh,
Yeah. It's your turn to take watch.
Wait, did y'all conduct a raid on the fucking museum plushie store?
Yes.
You had to make a
It's,
pile.
does Zoe
I
just
love that
grab
image.
Celia by the leg, pull her out of the plus pile, and fall in the plus pile herself?
She's gotta wake yeah, that's what she does.
No.
There can only be one.
Pull Celia out of the pile. You need to keep watch.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Her eyes just fall, and she starts falling asleep on her feet.
Celia.
Fine.
You need to make sure Benedict. You need to make sure the Benedict doesn't kill the reconstructed.
Right. We got protect baby, new baby. Gotta protect. Yeah.
Protect new baby. Yeah. Flumps into the pile.
Okay. I'm gonna go, and Celia lumbers into position.
And you just see like Benedict bent over working at this note.
So we're doing a shift change like every 2 hours for people.
I went 3. Like not everyone's going to need to be up if they do 3 hours too, but.
I think 2 hours to get everyone maximum sleep time. So
Yeah.
You holding up okay, Benedict?
Yeah, looks up from what he is doing and decides to raise up a thumbs up before silently going back to his work.
She returns the gesture, then sits down.
That's probably the friendliest he's been this whole
Yeah.
trip.
He's engrossed. He is too wrapped up to be grumpy.
what's the 8-letter work for total dick? Benedict? Oh, that will work.
So, Benedict, I'll say since you got a 10, you're good for a roll. Celia, if you want to roll sharp or smart. No, sharp.
Oh no.
Or cool. Sharp or cool.
Cool she can do.
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
That is a where did you go? Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, cool. So, it's about like an hour into your shift. You probably have to pace around a bit to keep yourself awake. But looking out through the shutters, like you see a crack, and it's kind of hard to make out. But you see like across the parking lot of this museum. It's not a very big parking lot. But across the museum parking lot, you see some trees, and looking out, you see what a shape kind of slinking past. and there's a moment where you think it might be a reconstruction, but stepping out, you realize it's just, oh, it's another deer. But then you squint as it like steps through the parking lot, just like crossing through the corner, and you realize that the front hooves are actually hands, and you recognize Joe as just kind of making a pass by.
Oh, right. The deer I willed into existence when my player saw a deer in her yard.
Celia, come back. Your foot wall's too close.
Ah!
Yeah, they don't. Joe doesn't seem to like pay any mind, so they probably don't realize that the groups are there.
Oh yeah, I just realized it's nighttime, so the general's probably wide awake. He's probably fucking scouted this entire building at this point.
Yeah, he's doing his own patrols. There were any poor mice in the building.
Imagine surviving the apocalypse only to get ganked by a cat.
Here comes the general.
Okay, so I swear that I've read a short story where it was someone that was on the edge of town and they see like an alien invasion start happening, so they ran to the hills and like, okay, I got out while everyone else did, and then they get jumped by a mountain lion because they were too focused looking back at the city being attacked by aliens. Like,
Oh.
it's just like,
Googer.
oh, that is bleak.
That sounds like a Stephen King novel.
It really
Yeah.
did. It might have been like a rejected Outer Limits pitch or something.
It's fucking hilarious.
I think I read it in like one of the analog magazine where it was like amateur sci-fi authors could put in their stuff. But neither here nor there. So besides the sighting with Joe, 2 hours passed, and so you're pretty tired again. But shift is up. If you wish to wake up anyone else.
Who's next on the list? Who hasn't gone?
Only Zoe is
So
gone.
Hal or Suki or Julie, I believe. Yeah, because only Zoe and Benedict have.
Celia's
Also,
gonna...
there's Phineas too.
And Kaiko.
I can't make decisions on my own. Suki. I'm gonna wake up Suki.
Suki, you get.
Okay, I'm awake. What's up?
Your turn for watch.
Okay.
Yeah, by this point, I'll be generous and say it's like 10 in the morning. Because it's been about 5 hours. Everyone's been sleeping.
Yeah. And Zuki's gonna pull herself up and I guess begin watch. Do you need me to roll anything or?
Yeah, unless, wanted to interact with Benedict or do anything, yeah.
I mean, she's just gonna look at the hunter who's probably sitting very grumpy in a seat not too far away. It's like, you okay, bud?
You're not sure if that was a grunt or just a little static pop. Because I wasn't sure there for a second.
That's kind of what I
Perfectly on
expected.
brand.
Okay.
So yeah, cool or sharp. Nice, if it's been long enough, I'll have you roll too.
A cool and a sharp?
Either or.
Okay. Let me see. What
Because
is the
I
dice
couldn't
roll?
decide between like investigate a mystery roll or an act under pressure to stay awake. So it's like either of those work.
6.
I
I
play
got a
with the
6.
rules. Okay, you're probably still groggy. Oh wait, no, a 6 is bad.
A 6 is bad. A 6 is really bad.
Okay. I can work
What
with
the-
this.
What does the hunter roll?
Oh,
Benedict.
sorry about that.
Yeah, just do another roll. Real quick. It's been long enough, I'll say.
All right, so that would be a 13.
Oh dang.
Whoa.
Okay.
Heaven and hell.
So yeah, you're still like keeping an ear out.
So to speak.
Yeah. Not gonna think too hard about that, but yeah, you're paying attention as you're going through this, and as you're going along, the cipher is easier to translate, and the message that is being decoded, it's starting to engross you, but you're also trying. It's almost like you're trying not to read the whole thing before you get it complete.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just more. It's like you're compartmentalizing, focusing on the surrounding while you're just automatically doing this. Suki, though, you started to drift off again. And in that moment of weakened awareness, you feel something look back at you. And in what was once a dreamless sleep, you see a peering through like a curtain of red mist, these green eyes, similar eyes that had looked in your direction when you gazed at this before, as the necromancer seems to be trying to look back in your direction. And
This is Dream Suki, right? Because this isn't
yes,
cool. She's going to take out the nice smoking knife and stab one of those eyes. Like, hey, don't look where you're not supposed to, nerd.
roll a weird or a use magic.
I believe I have the ability that makes. Let me check. Nope, I don't.
Or
Well, let's see. Let's
like
see how
some
bad the dice
math
hate me today.
ability.
Oh. I got a 9.
Okay. You saw what looked to be like 4 eyes staring back at you. These burning with that same sickly green neon that you've seen the reconstructed weaponry glow, and you slash out, and you feel your knife hit, and it feels like it scrapes across bone, and you hear a shout of pain. In a language you don't understand, but pain is universal as it recoils, as you see one of the 4 eyes, or one of these 4 lights is now gouged out, and it retreats and goes, not yet. As this language you hear, seems to translate in this dream state as it vanishes, and you're once again in the swirl of mist. And in this dream state, you look down at the knife, and there is, damn it, hell. You see, cutting the edge of the knife, you see blood. This like sickly, like rotting looking blood.
I shake it off in the dream state, and then I try to wake myself up.
Yeah, as you like flick it off, you like jolt to wake, and Benedict, you see Suki like do that shuddering of someone just waking up suddenly from a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And you even see.
It'd be real fucked up if the knife had blood when you woke up.
Actually, I mean, you called it.
Suki's gonna go up like, that's what that fucker gets for trying to sneak in through the back goddamn door. Poke your
And
head in
there
holes you not
is-
expect to be stabbed through.
Holster, the sheath at your hip where the knife is, there's a thicker bit of smoke issuing.
Okay, I pull the blade out because it's complaining. I'm like, all right, what do you want?
Yeah, there is a bit of blood on the edge. Okay, called it.
Suki's gonna look over to Benedict and give a smile. He's not looking so well anymore. We call him Triclops.
The He-Man character?
Hey, get it? He's not
Tien?
looking so well.
And Suki, and Benedict, you would notice this too. But when you look up, the reconstructed was like staring right at you. Its head lifted up and just watching.
Interesting.
It's okay. I stabbed him in the eye. He didn't like it.
Yeah,
Most things
I'm
don't.
using a lot of bird actions to describe how these things, but they kind of do. Does almost like an owl head bobbing thing before it, like, hunkers back down into rest position.
Yeah, most things don't appreciate getting stabbed in the eye.
Nope. But especially when he's trying to look through dreams, and I've got a magic poking stick with me, no matter where I go.
And other than that, I'm sure that helped wake you up so you don't really fall asleep again, but the shift passes otherwise without incident. And so that'd be about like 7 hours, so people, depending on how tired people were, because it was a lot of hiking at night in the rain, so a lot of people are going to be sore once you all wake up. But
So
depending on
if
people,
it's been 2 hours, that means we're on hour 6.
I thought we were doing 3 hours.
yeah,
So this
Zoe's
would be
only
out.
Zoe's only had 4 hours of sleep.
yeah, so
Almost
Suki,
What's up?
and so either you could wake someone up, or unless people would be waking up themselves, but your shift is over.
Ah, fantastic.
Zoe's not woken up.
Of course not. She has lots of things to dream about, like murder.
Yes. Suki
And-
will probably wait till towards the end of the shift, go over, shake Julie's shoulders, like, come on. Come on.
I'm fucking up. She swipes out with her claw hand.
Suki dodges and just goes, come on. Come on.
Wait, no, I'm gonna roll kick some ass actually.
Oh, no.
So
I'm gonna roll
you have
this
to
at disadvantage.
Now, for a contested thing, does Suki have to roll act under pressure?
Yeah, I think so. So my kick some ass roll while asleep was 8. And I was taking the lowest of 2 rolls.
Carry this overhead.
Fucking hell, stop stabbing me!
Benedict has looked up from his work.
I got a 5, for the record.
Oh. So yeah, you get
Wait,
a
she would get
needle.
advantage because she rolled with disadvantage.
Sure, yeah. Oh, I was actually going to say,
Cool, it's still a
Advantage?
5.
oh god.
Damn.
What is with your dice?
I am using digital dice today because I put up my other dice.
Yeah, Benedict looks
There's
up at his
actually-
work as he, they're being stabbed, and in spite of lacking a face, there is a clear energy of kids, stop fighting, or I'll turn this car around kind of deal.
And like, partway through your shift after the dream, and the Talon did wake up, and like they just look over as they're like once again eating some jerky straight out of a bag. Just like, what's going on? Violence?
So William,
Hey,
how much damage does the needle hand do?
It wasn't a full attack.
It wasn't a normal attack.
So
You're not a
I'll
monster, right?
No, as far as I'm aware.
not physically, emotionally. Sorry, that was
It's
me.
what Suki tells herself to keep her sanity at night.
You got armor on, right?
And I have some armor on, yeah.
So
Okay, good.
One armor.
I would have said that'd
That's
probably
good.
be like a
It's
2.
4 harm as I slashed. But I would be totally fine with you having that because I'm not really
Yeah, I was
attacking.
gonna
I'm
say
just
that such it was more like a half-hearted, just like go away slap.
Laugh.
Probably still a dangerous weapon to be slapping with, so that would have said like 2 damage having that from 4.
Yeah.
So between the armor and it would be like 1 harm, I'd think.
I would
Sounds
say
about
if you
right.
had done a good act under pressure, you could have either parried or stepped out of the way. But with that 5, I'm sorry, you take a point of damage. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, Julie.
you
I
learned
get
a
it. You
lesson
don't fucking like
about
me.
shaking awake a person who has fucking needles for hair end.
Get the
Like,
fuck up. Now I
the way
gotta bandage
Aiko
myself.
always like slips out of bed first.
Oh, what the fuck, Suki? Did you cut yourself?
You gaslighting her now?
Dude, I just woke up.
She doesn't know what she
It
did
was
yet.
you motherfucker.
What?
Fucking
She looks at the blood dripping off her needle. Oh fuck! Oh, did you try to shake me awake?
Yes, and she's just limping
Oh,
to the bathroom.
that's a bad idea. I had to warn Kaiko about that when we first. I hit. I hit when people try to wake me up.
No, really?
Combination.
I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Phineas just mumbles like, keep your stabbings quiet, please."
Fuck.
She's hearing that from the bathroom.
The fuck is going on in my chat right now?
I don't often use.
What?
No, that I don't often use. DIY surgery. To go patch myself up because god damn it.
That's a fun one. Don't roll bad.
Oh, thank fuck, it's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, cool man guy. That's it's TJ, right?
EJ? No.
No.
Gray.
That is
What?
definitely
Gray's
not.
roommate is TJ.
TJ is my roommate.
Is that
Yeah, I know who
he,
TJ is.
he's cool man guy, right?
A cool
I don't
math,
know.
a cool math guy on YouTube is like
Yeah.
Commenting. Let me go see if it's TJ. Let me read this.
I don't think it is.
Oh.
Where did we leave
What
off?
the fuck?
Is there some drama in the YouTube comments?
No.
I just don't know who this is.
Just
Weird
some Rambo.
comments.
Anyways. We're giving them the attention. I don't think we're
That's
supposed to do that.
not TJ's URL. So
Okay. I didn't think it was.
Famous growing.
Okay, so where? Oh yeah, Sticky, you've been stabbed, but you managed to stitch yourself back up.
I stabilize the wound and heal 1 harm.
Yeah, so yeah, you basically super glue the cut back together.
Just in the bathroom, bitch.
Yeah, I could just imagine she stalks off to the bathroom, finally fixes up her wound, turns around, the reconstructed is there, at the end of the hall staring.
It was watching, but it like was more focused on actually just like sitting down and eating from its pile of jerky.
Just she
It's like-
finished patching
it's like,
herself
"Do
in
you
the
got more
bathroom,
jerky?"
turns to the
Yeah.
entrance. It's just sitting in the entrance. Of the
Hey,
bathroom.
lady, you got more jerky? And if not, maybe if you're dying, can I nibble on you a little bit?
She's just gonna go patch herself and go stalk off and read a book. There's no point in sleeping anymore.
Yeah, that was a good shock to the system, I'm sure.
Yeah, the adrenaline will not allow anything else.
So, Julie, your turn to roll sharp or cool.
Irrelevant.
Julie.
Um,
Oh.
I'm gonna say cool because it's the lesser of those two stats for me, and I got 13.
Dang.
God dang.
I got 2 fucking 6s.
I guess stabbing your friend accidentally really motivated you to do your job. It's
So
like, I gotta be on the fucking ball. Shit.
I was like, I stabbed my friend, and the girlfriend is sleeping.
Drawing Suki's blood finally after mostly thinking about that initial resentment. Really added some closure that kept her mind sharp.
Yeah, there's a small amount of vindication.
Jesus Christ.
Suki drew blood and then had drawn blood. Of course.
Yeah, I knew I could take that bitch out if I needed to.
So,
We're friends, though. We're friends.
Benedict, you keep at this, and you're getting pretty close to finishing it off. But
I'd
Julie,
probably finish it sooner if people weren't so rude with their stabbings.
well, there's so many distractions. So Julie, yeah, you do. I guess you like do a patrol with the general, and everywhere is sealed up pretty tight.
You're a cat. How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, that makes sense.
You can't talk.
This was just an excuse to make TT talk to themselves.
Is it maybe not understand that, but anyone could talk to a cat, whether the conversation bears any fruit. That's
I mean, she can read the threads.
That's
You
true.
know,
Like
she
you do
can
have God
read
on
both.
speed dial.
Did just witness the Weaver last night.
They speak
Um,
thread.
So yeah, and you start going through the exhibits, and you see these monstrous reproductions, not working, definitely not working, of these things that apparently Ismail designed as well, of just these riotable steampunk looking monstrosities with saw blades in the front. It looks like one design, it's miniaturized, but it looks like it would have been almost like a mobile lumber mill on primitive tank treads. But
Jeez.
it's just really, you get the vibe. It's just oh damn, wish these were real, because you get the sense that even though these things were made for tearing down trees, they would tear it through the reconstructed no problem.
A reconstructed is trying to crawl away, and we Zamboni his ass.
Oh no.
You're gonna
Oh,
die
necromancer!
in 5 minutes.
No!
The
Get out of the way!
necromancer!
No!
We break the necromancer's legs and we run him over with a Zamboni. It
Is that
takes
the scene?
12 minutes.
It's like the scene from Austin Powers.
God.
Oh,
But
I
oh!
do need to know, when Celia goes back to sleep, does she just pull Zoe off of the pile?
No, she pins Zoe under and then reclaims the pile.
Oh no!
Share the
succumb to the
pile.
pile.
Well, is Zoe sleeping in teenager form or in snake monster form?
Teenager form.
Okay.
But she's not a teenager anymore. She's of age.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's 18.
He's still a
She has-
teenager.
Yeah,
She has
yeah.
that-
You're not.
she has both.
You're not a teenager until you're 21.
The
Yeah.
word I like to use when I turned 18, unfortunately, I am legally an adult.
So,
Hold on.
She was
It's this scene.
she was in her snake form, then she would
Oh,
be
God.
the pile.
And by this point, Phineas does wake up. You know, he wakes up after the commotion and starts looking for food. But
Perfect. Suki's just wrapped in bandages and glue.
and he just like walks up eating a bag of Funyuns and is like, "You all right?"
Somebody decided that the right answer for someone waking them up for shift is to stab them.
I mean, she didn't decide anything. She just swung out while she was groggy.
And, like, Kaiko, meanwhile, uses alarms.
They go through a lot of alarm clocks.
Like, it
She
just
has
gets
one of those
stabbed.
Amazon buttons that whenever they're needed, no one gets delivered within one day.
Yeah, I feel Julie sets her alarm and then puts the phone way far away in the room so that she would have to walk up to it to hit it. And by
Yeah,
that
that's
point,
what
she's
I
going to be
do.
awake enough to not.
Yep. That's how I deal with my alarms. I have
'Cause
to
I know
walk
I'm a
across my
lazy
room to press the
bastard.
button.
Yeah, I know I'm a lazy bastard. I have to physically set the alarm away from me.
I'm not that bad.
So, oh yeah, Benedict.
Yay.
Eventually, everyone does wake up, but
Why am,
it is probably right around when probably Zoe would probably be the last one up. Zoe and Celia.
why am I
um,
covered in what feels like sweater strings?
Sweater strings.
Feels like, never mind.
Oh, I get it. Yes, the Weaver. And Benedict,
Yes.
you've got the translation,
Excellent.
and there it goes. Come on, Discord, you can do it. It's just a link.
Yeah, every time I fucking send a Discord, I like to encourage it like a dog. It's like, come on, boy, come on, load.
So, Benedict, the group sees Benedict, or the hunter, as Zoe started calling him, just kind of sit back with this letter.
He is reading
And-
silently, but I imagine some people would not leave him alone about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, Phineas goes up and it's like, "So you figure out what that said?" As he's still munching on like Funyuns.
Crunching
Crunching
loudly.
obnoxiously. Yeah.
He's kind of glares at him. I'm still reading it.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want chips. God damn it.
Yeah, and I am reading the letter IRL, so if anyone wants to have a conversation,
Yeah.
so it's not
So,
total
Julie, you
silence.
come back from your patrol.
General found a dead bird, but other than that, not much.
And he walks in all proud of himself.
Does he
You
just leave
feathers.
it at Zoe's feet?
Leave what at Zoe's feet?
Dead bird.
Dead bird.
What cats do?
What's he leaving at my feet? What did he find?
General
dead
found a
bird.
dead bird. It looks sort of like an
Oh.
ibis with teeth.
Oh, yeah. So he wakes up. Celia,
Mm,
here. I need to get up.
mm.
Celia.
He is a rock right now.
Help! Help!
And like Phineas like just ambles over, he's just standing above, just munch. It's like, you okay there?
Help!
And he'll reach down and like grab your hand and try to like slide you out from under Celia.
Okay, since Celia's been using Zoe as a pillow, she grabs her reflexively and pulls her back.
And goes, sorry. He goes, sorry, I'm not getting into a tug of war with a sleeping person. Someone
Hell,
tried to wake up someone asleep and got stabbed
All right,
earlier, so I'm
Kaiko
staying
has
out of
an
it.
idea. Kaiko, knowing Celia is a very simple person in certain things, and knows how certain neurons are activated. And she plays the Kamajira theme. Specifically, since the Kamajira theme also is a combination of the Godzilla and Gamera theme, it has
Okay,
a play of the Gamera song in it for lyrics.
I have an idea. Do
Ah.
do 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 do.
Is it the
Oh,
Bear McCreary version of the Kamashiro theme?
Yes.
No, Zoe did the.
Either way, the go is to cause the neurons to
Dragon Zord
activate
whistle.
Yeah.
to get Celia to sing to wake her up.
Zoe did the Dragon Sword thing, which we have seen summons the Autopogo, but it's fine.
what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
The fiddler.
Celia.
Yes. It doesn't summon Alto Pogo, it summons the fiddler Pogo.
Celia, it's time to get up.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
being, I'm being consumed by a pile of plushies and you.
Oh,
Or
okay.
rather, Fiddleborosaurus.
I don't have any Philborosauruses. I got a giant salamander. Does that work?
Huh?
Celia groggily stands up.
Just imagine you holding
Reattaches.
Zoe under your arm.
Yeah.
Can you let me go now?
Okay.
Thank you.
I finished reading the letter.
Oh.
Huh? Better?
Yeah, that is out of character, but Benedict's fingers seem to be, if anyone's paying close enough attention, his fingers seem to be for the first time sort of trembling.
The general is sitting next to you. Meow.
Yeah. He
Benedict?
does turn his attention to the cat, and he looks like he's about to make a move to try and pet him, but he seems to think better of it.
Okay, well, the general is a cat, so when you start to put your hand down, stop. The general
Yeah.
just moves into the hand.
Yeah. And because Benedict does have the touch-sensitive pads, you do feel
Yeah.
that soft, comforting fur.
Yeah, and the vibration of the purring.
In that case, yeah, he would. He's like, well, the cat's doing it anyway. Might as well pet it, but clearly,
It's like, oh, clearly this is for the cat's benefit and not mine.
yeah.
Hey, Benedict, what's up?
I read the letter.
What, letter?
What does it say?
It's from Ishmael.
Oh, your creator?
Not creator. A friend.
The one who taught you how to hunt, or
Yes.
you hunted with?
It appears I didn't have much choice in the matter.
Huh?
It's a letter of apology for
Oh.
what he did to me.
What did he do to you?
He found me.
He what?
And he found me, and
Oh.
apparently I was not always like this.
Oh yeah, we've told you that.
Yeah, we told you that.
No, I mean, there was a time while in his care that I was not like this. Then something changed. Death came. He was furious, and in his grief he remade me, changed me. He dug deep into something that was already there. The rage. And he brought it to the surface. He honed it. Made me into a weapon.
Against your will?
I wanted to help him, but not like that. I don't know what I am supposed to be.
Someone you trusted violated you.
Yes. It
I'm
appears
sorry.
that way. And yet, I bear no ill will towards him. I remember being a part of his family. I remember what we together lost. And still, the fact remains. He has set the letter down, stopped petting the cat. His fingers have meshed together. Seems to be deep in thought.
Your family's kind of shitty, huh?
Sounds
And
like.
And he's sorry. He was sorry about it. Once he became of right mind. The choice seemed to eat at him long after it happened.
I mean, not right.
No. And he knew it. You've called me, well, an asshole.
I have.
But it seems everything that wasn't any choice to be anything different had been scrubbed away. I don't think you understand what it's like to feel like this. To feel just anger, the rage. Just this engine of hate.
It's never too late, Benedict.
Apparently not. You claim I am different to you all. Before coming here, I treated you different. Was different.
Yeah, there's like more than one of you in your own head.
Hold on.
Seems you've had different personalities at different points in time.
Yeah.
Could it be that the different? Well, I don't even want to say personalities, but they're just different sides of you that are locked off at a time, and maybe we can just let them all just at some point be merged back together, so you're whole again.
So, not to interrupt, can I see that journal real quick?
He's a little hesitant because of its damaged condition and the fact that you stabbed Suki accidentally earlier, but yes. He does fork it over.
And Julie, when you take it into your flesh and blood hand, your other hand of metal and fate weaving needle reaches out, and like a spider weaving a web, very slowly you start to see it starts to stitch together this journal bit by bit. It will take some time, but it seems that the weaver can reverse the unraveling.
Oh.
Antique stores would love you, Julie.
Julie, you get this. You get this.
Someone make a
feeling that-
sharp check.
Okay.
Sure, I don't trust you.
Kaiko will.
Don't ask me to make
That'd be a
sharp checks.
9.
That'll be a double 6 plus 3.
Julie's eyes have a faint purple glow as she's doing this, and she seems unusually concentrated.
And
That makes perfect sense because Kaiko would have seen her do this before.
and I'd say that Kaiko, because of your connection with Julie and the knowledge of Nellis and the fact that you've been reading the book, you wonder if this is possibly tied because Melis was tied to Ismail himself.
That makes sense.
The letter
Okay.
mentioned Melis. Mentioned how disappointed she was in Ishmael's choice.
Not to take away Benedict, but Julie, are you all right?
Oh yeah, she's fine. She does this all the time.
Well,
That doesn't
Julie?
mean it's all right.
Yeah. Julie,
Isaac's ears are burning from the melody. Like now they start talking about this openly, and I'm not there.
so he walks over and like pokes Julie slightly.
Julie's human hand holds up a finger like, nope, I'm doing something.
Oh, all right. Mm.
Just let the hand do what it needs to do.
Oh. Mm.
And as it's going, it's like repairing this, and it's just getting faster and faster. But it will still take time because this was a heavily damaged manuscript. But there's moments where you see like a page get like a fraction of a page gets repaired, and then one of the needles, will start like retracing what seem to be faded lines as if it's a pen itself, just retracing and recreating this book.
So he crosses
She
her arms.
really is the queen of arts and crafts now.
What did your letter say about Malice?
I mean, she was able to stitch together a person. A book should be no problem.
Yes. To reiterate, he said,
She was disappointed, but like the Zoe asking.
yeah, mentioned how Melis seemed disappointed in Ishmael's decision with Benedict.
Yeah,
And if we remember, as a
Zoe-
callback, Melis was one of the people who spirited Benedict away in the first place to safety.
Yeah, I heard that Zoe is prodding the hunter.
Mm-hmm. And as to what Kay said earlier, it is true that they're not really different personalities so much as different parts of him and just different phases of his life.
So
And,
they're essentially different
Fragments.
fragments of the same person.
Yes,
So
and there
essentially
is
it
a
is-
point in the letter Benedict had mentioned where
Where I said Ishmael
Ishmael-
pulled out that part. The
Yeah.
rage.
so the rage was always there. So how intense the hunter is, and up until this point, like, sure, it was refined a little bit, but like the base component of this sheer anger at everything was already existing within Benedict.
that we only really see it directed at gnome. What did the gnomes do to Benedict?
One of the things I've been so curious about.
My theory is that it,
Well,
it-
see,
it was not
was-
one incident. It just so happens that in every single incarnation, he somehow runs afoul of gnomes.
Yeah, So he's like, hey,
Remember-
Hunter, have you ever run into gnomes before?
So,
Kill Bill sirens.
Yeah, Kill Bill Sirens.
did Benedict once serve alongside the band of the gnome until they're all sacrificed by
Oh, God damn it.
Right.
Then he would hate elves, not the gnomes.
Oh God, the Balet, the Keeblerate.
God.
You're fired.
Yeah, but if Zoe says that,
Schmiffith.
it's
Sorry.
like, yeah, Zoe brings up the gnomes, and Benedict just looks you straight in the eye, and as tense as he's been with the reconstructed, he tells you in a very flat voice, "Do not speak to me of the gnomes."
That's a yes.
He hates
Your-
them
your
more than
other-
he does the reconstructed.
Your other personalities have mentioned them before. It seems like that's like a thing you all have gone through.
Yes.
Oh God, the
It's just
gnomes think it's just
Destiny
one.
decided this man's gonna hate gnomes.
Okay, so I think I get it. The gnomes all think it's the same person because technically it's the same body, but each time there's a new Benedict, the gnomes fight him thinking it's a continuing feud, but the new Benedicts are always like, yo, what the hell?
Cycle of
God.
revenge.
And who started it first?
Maybe gnomes in the Offbeat Melodiverse are just the opposite of D&D gnomes and fucking hate technology.
Oh God.
They're all
the-
red caps.
The initial
Gremlin myth.
idea of the whole gnome joke was Gravity Falls gnomes,
Mm-hmm.
where they're just horrible forest gremlins that will just kidnap people, and they're not even like being evil or mean and malicious about it. They just do it.
They're just like maliciously annoying.
Yeah, they're just like super goddamn annoying, like pest in human form.
Okay, so
So
you said that Benedict has his hands like clasped together, and are they still shaking when he does that?
Just a little. It's a very slight tremble.
Hal's
But
gonna,
you would note it would be kind of noticeable on a robot that normally doesn't flinch.
Hal is gonna notice that, and he's gonna slowly reach out so you can pull back and like take your hands into his hands, which is easy
His
because
very
he's
large hands
fucking huge.
And
and
Benedict
his
is
tiny
small.
manlet hands.
And he just kind of like claps them around your clenched hands and goes, "Hey Benedict, it's you're all right, right?"
I don't think this me is all right.
I do.
And in regards to the earlier suggestion of try to bring all the personalities together or the aspects together, this Benedict at least is going to shut that down and say, after this is over, let me sleep.
I don't. He's gonna look at you
Reclaim
like very
Your friend.
seriously and go, Benedict, I don't think this is a different personality. This is just you in a different light. You understand that? You're the same person, which means that you're still my friend. You're just angry right now. You're not gonna stop being my friend.
I don't like this facet of me.
Most people have facets that they don't like. They just have to learn to
Yeah.
control them.
Still a part
Or
of you.
drink a lot.
Pretending it doesn't. No, Julie.
In regards to that, Benedict just like does the gesture of holding a glass and just like clink clink on his face. Like you seem to get the impression he's glaring at you. It's like, oh, that's good. That's buddy for you. I don't have a fucking mouth.
We can find a way to intoxicate you, I'm sure of it.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure my mom can.
Suction port.
Shop probably sells something to do it.
I mean, I can ask my mom. I'm pretty sure she made the cabinet in the basement drunk once.
What?
You know, that makes perfect sense.
You know that the Sonic thing in the basement of my house? I'm pretty sure that got drunk once.
No, I don't actually.
Oops.
Amazing.
How? What?
Don't worry about it. Mom totally doesn't have, like, a mad scientist lab in the basement. Don't worry about it.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Miriam has a mad science lab in the basement.
No,
You already told us this, and Kaiko said, "Knew it."
I don't think that Zoe was told.
I mean, Al did show up in a mech.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaiko pulls out the bunker chart. The chart says that the bunker patterns clearly indicate that there should be one underneath Hal's house.
It's
I am
not
vindicated.
a bunker. It's not a bunker.
No,
it's
it was a
secret
bunker that
basement.
Miriam repurposed.
Yeah, she took it. It's hers now.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's a secret basement now.
Whereas Kaiko's is truly a bunker she built.
It's very funny
Anyway,
because they had to have been there like in the 1900s when the farmhouse was built.
Or,
That is
Which adds
fucking
the mystery
weird.
to the bunkers.
or they migrate.
He just migrated.
The bunkers in Melody are like the fucking stairs in Search and Rescue Woods.
Yeah, exactly.
The bunkers burrow.
A bunker is a
Suki,
creature.
Is Suki still bleeding, by the way?
No, I patched it up.
Where were
If you look at Suki, there's a very clearly new claw mark that's been sutured together with like super glue and
Where
bandage
did you
from the
get hit?
first
Like the
aid kit.
arm, the leg?
I'm going for a
In the
chest.
arm, but honestly, like Julie swung out blindly in a groggy haze, so it could have been anywhere.
Suki, is that one new?
Yes. You could ask our
did
wonderful
we
friend
check
over there with the knife hand.
Zoe,
They're clearly
Zoe
needle.
grabs the talons like, hey.
Julie, what happened?
Well, Suki learned that when I wake up, I swing out violently at whatever touched me.
Oh, that friend with knife hand.
So one might say she swings both ways violently.
Yes.
Look, I just don't like it when someone like shakes me while I'm sleeping. Okay.
Isn't this? I just realized this is the second time one of Suki's friends has clawed at her when she tried to wake them up, isn't it?
Who was the
Next
first?
time, fuck y'all, I'm just going back to bed.
Wait, who was the first?
Celia.
Hal's gonna look at Julie like the disappointed mom stare that he can give. He's looking at you like that, and he goes, "Did you apologize, Julie? Julie?"
I think she
I-
did.
I honestly don't remember if I did or not.
I think you did, but my short-term memory is bad.
No,
Yeah.
you
And
just
also
went
the waking up grogginess.
waking up groggy.
I mean, she did at least try to explain it. She didn't do it on purpose.
You know, but Hal's just like, still, she should apologize for ripping open one of your friends.
I am sorry that I caused you discomfort.
Alright.
We should get you an arm sheath when you go to sleep at night.
The arm might take offense at that.
So,
Alternatively, people can just not wake me up physically.
wake her up with like a 10-foot pole. Treat her like a trap in Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, yeah, that's also probably smart.
I mean, pretty
You gotta,
it's like,
you gotta
next time I'll
check
just
whether or not the fucking chest is slightly breathing for
it is
tapping on
just
it.
like Phineas waves his like flask. Is just like, I'll just wiggle this under her nose next time. As he takes a quick sip.
You have it there.
Oh, what?
You've been drinking it like the entire time.
Yeah, it's my personal stuff.
How is it not empty?
Oh,
Zoe, I know you're new to this, but you
I'm a
can't just
satyr?
ask a satyr why he's an alcoholic. That's
No,
culturally
that's not what I'm
insensitive.
asking.
like he looks at it and like there's now that like he's like actually like holding it and looking at it. It's actually very nicely designed. There's like a leather case around this really polished silver flask, but the leather case is embossed that it looks like a Greco, like vase design, like an ancient amphora design on it. And it's just like, actually, I remember when this used to be an amphora. And he just shrugs.
It's like a never-ending flask.
I remember when
Yeah.
the island I got this from, it's underwater now. Starts chugging.
Meanwhile, Kaiko is taking a thermos, a bunch of water bottles that she pilfered from a destroyed vending machine, as well as a bag of what someone with a gutter mind would think is weed.
It's
And is
actually
brewing-
oregano.
And is brewing up more of the accursed tea.
Hey, no. We got sleep. I'm not drinking that again.
It's for later.
No.
Not weed, you piece of shit stoner.
It's for later.
Okay.
Because we're safe,
Also,
and there's not going to be a chance to brew it up later.
the whole conversation about like Julie stabbing Suki and all that afterwards, that was all while Julie's been repairing the book still with the needle hand.
Excellent.
How is our Talon buddy doing? He's
Oh,
chilling with us?
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting off to like he's not approaching everyone. He's kind of just sitting, it's sitting off to the side. Just they have their pile of jerky, and they seem to have gone through most of it. But they're just sitting there watching the group, just casually having their breakfast, I guess.
Okay.
It's like, y'all got problems.
So we've got. What have we learned? Don't wake Julie up physically.
Oh yeah,
wow.
the necromancer feller. Well, my shift tried to like sneak in and spy on us.
What?
So he's down an eye.
What?
What?
So-
Why didn't
oh.
you wake anybody up?
Because I stabbed him in the eye and then woke Julie up and got stabbed. Apologies if I'm a little salty.
Wait. It was in your dream?
Sort of. Dreams are weird for me. I can stab things from my dream, and my knife, pulling out the knife that probably still has a little bit of the sickly blood, where I stabbed him in the eye had blood, so he's down an eye.
Julie just like hearing, I have weird dreams. Julie's just mood.
Good, I guess, but also not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I keep trying to say how, but real quick. Just roll Oh yeah, I was going to say this earlier. I'm going to adapt the interstitial rule for advantage, where rather than rolling 2d6 twice, you roll 3d6 and take the best 2 rolls. So how, if
Hey.
you want to heal yourself, do that with advantage and take the best 2 rolls.
Okay.
Well,
But I
so
only
how
have-
slept?
I'll roll
So-
We
to
slept.
roll to touch myself.
I mean, is it?
I
See,
only
most
have
of the week is
2d6.
weird with the whole.
Okay.
Uh,
That's a 10 then.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to heal yourself up. It's just Monster of the Week is their healing rules are wacky, or not wacky, but a little more strict than D&D rules. Of like, oh, take a long rest, and the pike you got through the abdomen yesterday, that's all healed.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the 10, you're fine. Your magic was able to kick in as you slept.
All right, so we've learned not to wake up Jolie
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Suki, talking about
Yeah. Oh, you're fine.
Dream
Suki
knifing.
stabbed a thing in the eye in her weird
The
dreams?
necromancer,
The necromancer
specifically,
in the eye.
and he's probably trying to figure out where I was because before we all went to bed, I went and poked my nose into his weird things with my shenanigans.
And if I had to guess, since we also rewrote one of his agents,
I mean, honestly, I don't know if he really cares about that part. These guys
well,
like these don't really care
he
about
probably
the little
doesn't care. Probably
Hey.
doesn't care, but knowing that it can happen is probably enough to. Oh,
That's assuming
if
a lot
it's-
of like
That's assuming he
oversight
didn't.
that this thing got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
specifically, I went and poked around last time just before I went to bed in his brain and to see where the fuck he was, because I'm getting kind of, wanting to stab this guy. And he saw me when I was doing that last time, but not enough to see where I was. So I think he was probing to try to find it and kind of found out where I was, but didn't see me, which was how I stabbed him in the eye.
Fucking bitches stole my zombie, stabbed me in the eye. Can't have shit in Village Green.
And Phineas goes, I don't even know if they probably even know that, our friend there is our friend now, because, I mean, if I was some magic necromancer being able to mind control zombies, I wouldn't let them be, fighting each other and damaging each other.
huh.
Yeah, I feel like this. I don't know if this thing can really. I don't know if like their control is like as absolute as we think it might be. If this one was able to, not be exactly what they wanted and do exactly what they wanted, and like assuming it, I don't think we should assume it knows that we freed it either, because that's like a knowledge of like the feelings of the weave that, frankly, I would not put up to many things. Hello?
Okay, so
Yeah, we
anyway,
hear you.
we should
Like dead silent after you said
we should
that.
assume that he knows that somebody's after him, but probably not
Oh,
assume
shit, I forgot there was a
that
third.
we did that. And he points to the Talon over in the corner, still eating their jerky. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Should
But they're
have
mostly finished with it now, and they're just kind of sitting there watching the group.
Hey, how's their injuries, by the way?
Not much without like getting in there, like really looking. Don't see much progress from last night since it hit your shed, but there was definitely like some healing, not in the arm, of course, but like some of the cracks seem to like reseal in its
Okay.
armor.
My concern currently is what's up with the fucking chrysalis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, shit. And Suki's gonna pull the crystals out from her shirt pocket.
All right. I want a steak sandwich.
Callie,
Steak.
Callie, answer the question.
what?
Callie, answer the question. Oh, it's the wrong room. Shit.
What question?
Do you want a steak sandwich?
I think we all want a steak sandwich.
Where did you ask this
I
question?
do.
I
In the
had
fun
asked it in the fun
finds.
finds room. I meant to ask it in the shit talk. I didn't want to say it out loud.
Yes, I will have a
so
steak
that's the
sandwich.
cat's name.
Okay.
Steak
I'm
Sorry, but then
hungry.
I drew attention to it.
I'm hungry, and we don't really have anything to like make for dinner. I tried making one of those hot pockets earlier, and it tasted like shit.
It's a hot pocket.
Yeah,
That's the cat's name now. Steak
hot
sandwich.
pocket. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you eat some hot pockets not because it tastes good, because they're there.
Yeah. Rare, right, Callie?
Yes.
Rare mushroom Swiss fries.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no,
Hey,
all good.
Julie. Fuck no, Suki.
But
How is the cocoon?
I pull out the cocoon.
And no real change. It just looks like a really fancy little scrimshaw project of a chrysalis.
This is the same.
All right.
I don't think I could break it if I wanted to.
I wouldn't try.
See, because of the information we've been given about the chrysalis, all I can think is the scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they're holding up the corgi, and it's like, do not blow this for us. Do not turn out to be a horrible reconstructed hybrid monster that's going to try and eat us. Do not blow
Oh,
this.
God. Plot twist, this was the necromancer the whole time.
So,
Well, you are what you eat.
Suki,
You are what you eat, Sonic.
you did say that you
So they were.
saw
they
where this
were-
guy is, right?
They were.
Oh yeah, I found where he is a little better. He's like, it's like I couldn't give you like the map of his lair kind of a deal, but I can at least get us there to where the trees cave inwards onto themselves.
You know, there is actually. I think you grabbed a little tourist map from the Treehouse Village, and then there is also probably a little tourist map, or even a proper map here in the museum.
We should go hunt that down.
Yes.
And
So,
Yeah,
no
it's a good
problem
idea.
to pull it up.
so he's currently not happy because he knows someone is spying on him. He's not a fan of that. However, it is the middle of the day, ish. It is daylight, ish. And he's missing an eye. And we know where he is. So I vote, let's go in there and fuck him up.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is the current plan?
That's not a
I
bad
can't remember
idea.
if
His base is at the base of the waterfall where the tree supposedly is, right?
yeah.
Close to it. It is.
It's sort of. So it's actually.
I think last time I said it was like half mile away from it.
About a half mile.
away.
It's about a half
I
mile
think-
mile to this way, comparing the two maps.
I say we should try to secure the safety of the tree, what's in the tree first.
Cool. Where's the tree?
And Phineas goes, "Oh,
Just past his
it
base.
is the waterfall."
Just past the waterfall. But if we lay siege onto his base, he might try to double down and try to get to the tree before we do. Whereas if he goes to the tree first,
We do have the option of like splitting up. There's a lot of us,
There is a lot of us.
and
Yeah.
like
and there's also
You
that
know.
contingent of cultists going to the stone giant lair that should probably be dealt with before they.
ooh, right.
I mean, if we
Although
get
they
the,
need to get to the cauldron, which is where his
And
base
we did-
is.
We did inform the Treehouse Village, who was closer, that
Yes.
of the stone giant, so they might be able to take care of that with the chimps.
if we split up and we take both the tree and the necromancer at once, that gives the necromancer no
Al, your
time.
pocket buzzes.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No, Hal's pocket buzzes with
Oh.
Yeah.
the tracker.
Okay, he's gonna take that out real quick.
And you see a message from Agent Fallows, similar device, and it goes, checking in. Think there might be more observers watching the observatory, but we had to turn off shield, keeping an eye out. We'll let you know if something happens.
Mhm.
And then he goes, status check on your end.
Okay. He's
Don't
gonna
tell him anything. Well, maybe warn him for dangerous stuff, but
he's gonna give him like a very brief synopsis of what they found, and hopefully they're going to stop it today. But he's gonna tell him the very barest bones that he possibly can.
Okay.
should order
And-
food when I'm this hungry.
That's always a problem.
Yeah, I just.
So you start replying to this before, like, you probably send off like one or two. Before another message comes through, it goes, and it's full of typos going, shit, under attack, send help.
Oh God.
Of fucking course you are.
And it is, as you're doing this, Phineas just was like kind of like looking around. He like started looking out the shutters. Sounds sounded like the group might be getting ready to go, and he goes, oh, shit, I think I see Joe. And they're like, they look a little panicked. Does anyone mind if I go open up and get their attention?
You're not going alone.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Well, leave him in would actually is not a bad idea. But what's
Yeah,
the
and-
message, Hal?
Phineas pops open up the shutter and like waves over. It's like, Joe, over here, come here. And you hear Joe start clopping over.
can Kaiko read a bad situation?
Sure.
Hal, what's wrong
6,
with the
3?
messages?
Dangers haven't noticed yet.
Yeah,
Sorry, what'd you roll?
the observatory is under attack.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, what was that, Kaiko? What'd you
Dangers
roll?
I haven't noticed yet because that's a 13. 6, 4, 3.
No dangers currently.
Well,
like
like
you
looking
look
at
out
the,
and
Yeah.
see Joe like starts coming across the parking lot, and
That
head
tells
over
us
towards the
we're
door.
safe
Okay,
here.
so Joe isn't a reconstructed.
it's very plainly, now that in the daylight, it's even weirder to see this deer up on their hind legs walking over with human hands, just kind of like hustling over it, and they look a little panicked. And
Well-
as Phineas lets them in, but sorry, Zoe and Hal.
Yeah. So the observatory is under attack.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's probably just
All right.
started because he's panicked in his message. So
I'll.
And a moment later, Joe bursts in and goes, "We need help. They're moving on they're moving on the tree houses."
Fuck.
Oh.
All right, we need to split up and go to those first. Like, I know that's probably exactly what they want us to do, but we can't let people
Isn't
get.
it still like midday, like 4 p.m.?
yeah, who's
Think
moving?
Closer to like noonish, like 2-ish, but it is overcast. It is pretty heavily overcast because of the
It
recent
seems like they're
storm.
putting themselves in a bit of harm to.
And
make it
Joe
offensive.
goes, it was some of the cultists and reconstructed both. I didn't see any of the zombies because I don't think they can even come out right now.
We all.
Oh,
we all-
okay.
The
Oh,
library should also be
oh.
prepared since we gave them a heads up ahead of time.
Zoe starts paling.
All
The
right.
necromancer has no intention of making this easy for us.
And
He's
it
mad
is right
because I-
about this time that everyone's ears pop.
Oh.
As
No!
the lights color shift, and rather than the familiar purple, everything is bathed in a low-level greenish tint.
Oh no!
Sky above
Fuck.
turns into what Julie witnessed, a roiling conflict between purple and green.
That's
and
new.
off in the distance, looking off on the horizon towards where you believe the necromancer to be, you see a pillar of dark green smoke rising
We
up
need to
like
get
a
to the
distant
tree.
forest fire.
If we don't get
Oh,
there
God,
first,
alright.
everything's going to be, for nothing. We could save
Or
everybody
we
in
s-
those two places, and we'd still be fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. Are we all headed right there? Or are we splitting up to go there and one of the other places?
And Hal, you get another message. It goes, that another message. It's like, witching hour just happened. We need help.
Okay,
Okay.
my vision said
like-
tree important, so I'm going to tree.
Kaiko
Yes,
going to the tree too.
definitely. You two tree. Who else is going to tree?
Then Kaiko is probably gestures to Benedict.
The best fighter should go to the tree and protect it. Everybody else should split up and go to the other two places.
Benedict.
I
Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
There was a very specific line in the letter.
Yes, there is. I will go to the treehouse.
the treehouse, not the tree.
The innocent must be protected.
Right. Yes, definitely. Okay. So.
We
Julie,
shall split up our
Kaiko-
firepower.
I'll go to
Julie
the
and
treehouse with
Kaiko-
you.
And Hal are going to the tree. No, Julie, Kaiko, tree. Hal, Hunter, treehouse. Okay, we saw Suki, Celia. Where are you guys going?
What are the what all?
The treehouse, the tree, and the observatory.
Or we
As
could go
far as
straight
you
to the
know, the ones
necromancer.
immediately under threat are the observatory, where Ogilvy and Fallow are there with Elias. Yeah, it was Elias. And then the treehouse village is apparently under threat, but then, according to Julie's dream, the tree was one of the big targets of the necromancer. That is up at the waterfall.
Okay, Julie and Kaiko are a pretty formidable force just on their own. Hal and Benedict, they're going to the treehouse.
Yeah.
That leaves
Suki,
Suki,
Zoe,
Celia,
and-
and Zoe.
And
The
Phineas.
thunder battle is near the observatory, so I think Zoe should go to the observatory to go powwow with the thunder battle.
I could try and get the thunder rattler to help us again.
Yeah, Zoe, Celia, you go with them. Phineas, how do you feel about causing some chaos and breaking a cauldron?
And he looks conflicted. He goes, I need to go protect my people.
Okay.
Suki, you're not going by yourself.
No, I'm
How
just stupid.
how is the cocoon looking now that it's a witching hour?
Oh yeah.
It is now the size of like a big hearty yam, when before it was just like the size of a thumb. But and it is like, Suki, you pick it up and you have to, because now it's bigger than the twig it was on. The twig is just like kind of dangling there, but you feel it like twitch, like something shifts inside it. And actually some not chrysalids, very different thing. Chrysalises, it does like flex as if it's like protesting being touched.
Oh. Ooh.
Is it close to looking like it's about to pupate?
Normally they only can flex if they're either recently pupated or about to emerge, because mid-stage they're just goo.
So Suki's just gonna put the yam in a different pocket because it no longer fits in her shirt pocket.
The yam, yes.
Okay. So
Suki, I
Where are
can't let
you
you go
going,
by
Suki?
yourself.
I'm not going to go by myself. If Phineas was gonna go with you to the treehouse, I'll go with 3 up to the observatory.
we don't need a lot of people at the observatory. I can get the thunder rattle's help. You should go with Julie and Kaiko. So there's 3 people there too.
You could stab him in his other eye.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I was going with the cauldron, but
Oh, well, the tree. We don't. The cauldron isn't at the tree, right?
Yeah, but he can't make more undead if he doesn't have a cauldron.
Yeah, but if he kills everybody before we destroy the cauldron, then what's the fucking point?
I mean, fair.
Averting the apocalypse.
Zoe's...
I mean, yeah. I was like, cool, everybody's dead and Fiddler's green, but it's not like he can do much more.
Congratulations,
Whoa.
Patrick! We saved the town.
Oh yeah, Zoe blinks and like notices something. Notices the hunter.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing that this time?
No, I'm
No,
seeing
everyone's
it. I'm
seeing
just
it.
ignoring it. Other shit
Okay.
to do.
Ben,
Oh, yeah.
Cecilia, where are you
It is
going?
now.
Wait, what's going on at the Hunter?
He has a fucking halo.
Now that we're in the Bewitched, you can see what God damn it, it's happening again. Zoe took the photo of the hunter and saw like a red halo of rage.
Yeah. Cecilia, where are you going? Celia?
Lydia?
I just heard her door. Okay. We
Environmental storytelling.
Alright, so Hal, Hunter, and Phineas are going to the treehouse. Julie, Kaiko, Suki are going to the tree. Celia?
Lydia.
I thought we had enough time.
Celia.
Lydia?
Oh god, I've never had to make a choice like this before.
Hey, come with me to the observatory. I think
Right.
the two of us and Thunder Rattle should be able to handle it.
Right. The quicker we deal with that, the quicker we can pop over and help everyone
Yeah.
else.
If we'll go there, and once we're done there, where should we head? The tree houses or the tree?
Was Hal the only one who had the tracker, the spindle tracker?
I think I gave
I
one
think
to
so.
somebody, but I don't think they have it.
I think you gave one to. It was either Kaiko or Suki, I think.
I think I gave one to Suki.
Okay, so Suki, you'd be able to.
Keep in touch.
So that's at least two people. So yeah, you would have been getting those same messages that Hal did from Fowler.
Okay, then in that case, though, after we can talk to each other that way because Spindle Shithead has a way to contact the others.
Excuse me,
Yes.
the what?
The
spindle
one-sided
shithead.
love triangle is great.
Oh god.
Julie thinks there's a love triangle. Suki and Kaiko have no interest in each other.
Yeah.
There is
that
a line.
good? Oh wait, Talon. What about you? You need to stay safe.
They just kind of like look, just kind of like quizzical.
We're going into danger. You stay here and don't get hurt, okay?
When you draw attention to it and it like stands up, you hear just the clattering of hooves on Talon. Joe go, "What the fuck? Get out!"
No.
As they like
We
panicking.
We
No,
rewrote
no,
this
no.
one.
Yeah, we freed him. He's with us.
Wait a minute.
And like they just like freeze and then veer away, like they're not sure whether or not to.
Your
bolt.
headlights.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay, counterpoint. Maybe we should send the reprogrammed friend with the tree because it won't panic the survivors in either location.
I know. I'm saying for it to stay here and be safe. It got attacked by other Talons before. I don't want to see it happen
I
again.
suppose we could leave the chrysalis in the care of the Talon.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know about
that's not
that. Would
happening.
Eat him? Them?
That would
Yeah.
Might eat them.
that would make him a direct target.
So,
Yeah,
The
well,
world did eat a bunch of reconstructed.
Yeah. So they can stay here and be safe.
Now everyone
Make a
knows it's
sharp check.
caterpillar, but graveworm rolls off the tongue better than grave
Okay,
caterpillar.
Wait.
who is that directed to, TT?
Anybody?
Tycho Wilson's.
What the?
I didn't.
12.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
Make
what
a
did you
sharp
say?
check.
what was that?
Okay, are you gone, Julie?
Yep.
Wait. Oh fuck.
Tycho is following.
Suki's like,
bad,
ah,
okay.
shit, they're gonna get killed.
Go.
All
Run.
right,
I'm not fucking waiting around. We got shit to
Alright.
do.
all right.
Celia,
I guess that's
come
how
with
it's
me.
going. Treehouse, and Hal
I'm
starts
with
running.
Alright, Celia, I'm gonna fly us there, so we might be targeted by some of the.
Tycho is going to read through the Melis book as we're going, because I have a thought process. Given that Julie managed to rewrite Talon. GM, would it be possible to mass rewrite all the talents through the cauldron?
Oh.
If the Weaver got it into it.
I don't want to game break this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
I would say that. Okay. You would basically have to rewrite the cauldron and then give every single existing reconstructed a and then they would possibly pop out unattached to the Wormstar's influence.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're all linked to each other. It's just that's the place through which they're
The
born.
cauldron is how they are created.
So they're
The necromancer that they are controlled.
Yeah.
so either way,
Because-
Necromancer needs to die.
Because I guess from Melis's thing, the cauldron is just as much a slave as the reconstructed are.
Okay, so as we're going, Zoe says to Celia, I'm going to fly us there because that's quicker, but we're probably going to get attacked by the, what are they called? The flying ones?
Gargoyles.
We're probably going to get attacked by gargoyles. So, Zoe hands Celia the bird AK-47.
I don't know how to use this, Zoe.
Point and click.
Point and click. Like,
Pray.
yeah,
Halo,
honestly,
right?
just spray it in the direction of that gargoyles when they come at us, because like I could probably swat at them, but I'm going to be carrying you the whole time.
Don't worry
How to
about
Train
it.
Your Dragon is a lot different than I remembered.
Okay.
Man, this is the America Alex Jones feared. Flying gay frogs with AK-47s.
God.
Being
So-
flown by a fucking
He didn't live to see it.
lizard backpack.
Zoe shapeshifts like she has before, Celia, but this time she comes out of her shed with much less fuzzy and much sharper and bulkier in like chitin wise,
Oh, you went from Mothra to Batra.
essentially. And she just grabs you and just fucking takes off.
Okay, so Celia and Zoe take to the air, and the talent just kind of like looks off as it's left behind, before it like looks around and then slinks back into the museum, and the door shuts behind it.
Zoe
The
did.
shame doesn't have eyes.
Zoe
Because
did
otherwise it could
ask-
fill its time with reading while the apocalypse is going down.
Zoe did, talk to him and say there and be safe. She doesn't want to risk it getting hurt.
Yeah, it did seem to grasp that warning.
Also, Kaiko is going to activate her Mothman.
Oh, the
Her
sword.
you're-
Mothman
you're,
keychain.
Hey, hello,
Kaiko. How's it going?
Oh God.
We need to get somewhere quick. Can you help at least if you... Can you be our eyes in the sky?
Absolutely, I can.
Why do you have a Scottish Mothman again?
I'm not Scottish. I'm Australian, maybe.
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 Lift up a
Possibly.
wing, there's a tag that says made in New Zealand.
Ah, yes, from the lost continent of New
Mate,
Zealand.
my voice actor currently is dealing with some weird throat shit, so this is the best you're getting.
Okay.
So
We need to
the
get
God, I
somewhere.
I should have taken that last level up. Damn, that would be so perfect.
Kenny,
Julie,
go!
Keiko, and Suki going north to the
And
tree.
Julie.
Yes,
Actually,
and Julie.
can I read a
Following-
bad situation as we're flying?
Yeah, just a moment.
TT question, how big is the Mothman?
It's the same size as Avora in her normal Mothman guise.
Well, that's
But it's a plush toy.
Ah, so,
So while it can fly and it can take some hits, it's not exactly a fighter.
Right.
Hopefully, they won't be care much because it's not alive.
I mean, it kind of is in a sense, though.
Oh no!
It does have a soul.
As-
That's enough.
As
It can feel
There.
pain.
you take to the air, Suki, not Suki, Zoe and
Zoe!
Celia, Jesus. Zoe and Celia, you take to the air, and the three go north to the tree, as the four the three following Joe go to the tree house. Like Fiddler's Green, now that it's bewitched, you see the town, and it is much like Melody. It seems bigger and more twisted than in real life, but surrounding it, the forests are thicker and richer and ancient looking, and it is feels like a town placed in the middle of the thickest parts of Melody's forest when you've been there during the witching hour. And this river is like Julie, Kaiko, and Suki, you realize that the river is probably the easiest way to get there because the tree is the source of this river, and it is in contrast to how dark and kind of spooky and gothic horror-y the forest looks like. This river is very placid and mellow, almost it's bigger than it was in the reality, but it is a very gentle, idyllic, just very gentle river. But
That means there's some real messed up stuff in it, right? Like when you go to a spooky horror house setting and all of a sudden, oh, this is calm and perfectly normal. No, it's not. It's worse.
and you did say the bullfrog. Sorry. I just wanted to do that little bit of set dressing before there was roles needing to be used.
Kaiko is going to use, since she still has 2 holds of lead bad situation left. Best way in to get in.
Where it's just seems like following the path along the river, because there was a hiking / biking path that did go along the river normally. So
If only we had a
they're good.
If only we had a vehicle or something to get.
Yeah, Isaac's car is back at the entrance to town.
But so is the classic.
Yep. So I guess I did kind of give that one away for free, so you could probably hold on to that one still.
All right, goals me.
Or use it when you get closer to the tree, perhaps.
Yep.
Zoe, you said you wanted to roll read a bad situation.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay, go ahead.
8 plus. Keep going to
And
general
so,
sheet.
yeah.
8.
Oh yeah,
9.
the general, you got scooped up in one of your arms.
Yeah. I assume that when Zoe takes off, he just hops onto her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9. Right, 9?
9?
Yeah, 9.
That's one, I believe. Hold of one. Yep.
Okay.
Best way in, best way out, dangers you haven't noticed, biggest threat, most vulnerable to you, best way to protect the victims.
Best way to protect the victims.
Okay,
Like the victims at the observatory specifically.
Okay. Probably getting there the fastest, but also to protect like yourself and Celia is now that the witching hour has begun, you actually do look up, or like as you're flying along the treetops, you start seeing like a gargoyle lift up in the distance, and then another, and then like more start taking to the air. Now that the sun's no longer a problem, it seems they were during the day. It seems they like go to roost and become stationary sentries. But you know, and which is actually why I named them gargoyles in the first place. But
I'm still thinking about that one gargoyle engaged in the intense stare-off.
Oh yeah, with the observer.
Legends say that their battle is still ongoing.
But you start dipping, like staying either along the tree line or like even passing between trees to hide yourself from them as you start making your way to the mountain.
Okay. God, I'm trying to
But
find
you see
the
off
move.
in
I
the
know it
distance.
exists, but I can't find what it is. Where it was. Fuck.
Where what was?
There's a move I want to take, but I can't fucking find which book it was in.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Because I got a level up last session, and I got one this session, and there's a
Describe it for
specific
me.
thing that I what?
Describe what it
It's
does.
super speed.
Sounds like a wronged or a monstrous or a.
It's not monstrous.
I think it's summoned. It might be summoned.
Summoned.
Because that's the Hellboy playbook.
Should I feel that? I did grab that from this mayhem. It's not in summoned. God, this is gonna annoy me.
And as you're going along, you're flying, making your way there.
Yes.
Hal, Benedict, and Phineas, your follow Joe, which in the Bewitched, you see Phineas, still same broken horn, and black eye and kind of puffy cheek from when seems he fought the reconstructed Sasquatch. But now he's like wearing a mixture. It looks like the photo that Zoe took of him in like the classical Roman or Greek or Roman robes or toga, but he's just got his battle vest over it.
Okay.
Kind of contrasting. But, and Joe, they actually they look more human now. They look like they look more human, as they're not like full on anthro, but more like uncanny.
I was gonna say, it's like, I
taxidermy
imagine this
vibe.
doesn't help the uncanny effect of
No,
Joe
it's
the
more like a weird, like, you know how people will purposely tweak taxidermies into weird ways, like predatory deers kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
Kinda. So it's almost like in the reality, they look more convincing as like a deer besides their hands, but here it really looks like a person has been changed to look like a deer. And they're leading the group through the forest, but
Bad situation?
yes, you and Benedict, either of you want to.
Oh my
Would
fucking
you like to
god.
roll?
Okay, so you told me to roll 3 of these fucking d6s, right? Hold on. I'm not making this up.
Oh.
You need to see this.
Oh, that was for your healing.
That's advantage.
What?
Okay, well, still, I'll show you what I did. Once I, get on
Did
the
you
right
roll
chat.
666?
Or is it 111?
No.
Thanks, Satan.
It's 666.
It's pronounced Satine.
It is.
Thanks, Satan.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, with Joe and your determination, it's and fueled by actually everyone's just really
On the
focused
ball.
on getting there. Yeah, and
Oh,
geez, yes, very similar to that.
I hate
Actually,
that.
yes, Joe. Joe
Also,
in,
Nora, I
in
found it.
This does have a human face.
Which book is it?
It's from the Monsters Playbook, Nora.
It is in the Monsters. No shit.
Preternatural speed. You can go much faster than normal people, gain +1 when chase, flee, or run. So you get a +1 when you're doing that.
Jesus. Okay.
Neat.
Then, God, can I take that move right now?
God too.
Okay,
God
just
and God too.
Yeah, sure. GT.
I have no opposition.
Ooh,
Thank
So-
you,
where's that
God.
tree? I'm looking right by this. I know I am.
You have to scroll down because you
okay,
have.
it's under moves.
Yeah.
That's why.
You weren't looking. You weren't scrolling down enough. You nerd.
No, I was, but I wasn't looking on that side. Yeah, up and down. Yeah, because it was under here. All right.
Nerd.
So yeah,
So,
Zoe fucking
Yeah, you got the NOS boosters now.
yeah. She's bulkier, but she's more
Streamline.
streamlined to move through the air.
Yeah, all I can imagine now is before they left is like, Kaiko, give me the tea.
Yeah, give me the tea.
Maybe she's not.
I told you it would come in handy.
Maybe she's not
Did-
Batra. Maybe she's Armor Mothra.
Oh my God, she's our robot.
Fucking. You know that scene from fucking Hoodwinked where the squirrel drinks the entire coffee because the joke is like, you drink a lot of coffee, do you? No, I don't drink coffee. Near the end, like,
Yes.
Here.
He
What?
did the Quicksilver scene years before Quicksilver did.
So
yes.
it's like the Futurama when Fry drinks his 100th cup of coffee.
Yes.
What?
What have I done?
Jesus Christ.
So, actually, I also need to BRB, so talk among yourselves real quick.
Okay. As we're zooming, what's happening to Celia as we zoom?
Eve,
I
Eventually,
imagine her lips are just doing that thing. We're just.
Like a dog sticking its head out the window.
okay, but she's part frog, so would that just mean it's just like, have you seen the gulper eels? When they get hit by the jet, the water jet, and they just swell up like a balloon?
Yes.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
BRB second.
Oh yeah, Lydia, are you transformed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Celia auto transformed during a witching hour.
Okay. Zoe did the first ever time she really transformed, but now she does it manually. I love those frogs.
They are very shaped.
They're very shaped. Illegal shape. Welcome back, Gray.
It's so
Burp,
funny
so-
watching them scratch themselves because they're mostly just water, so it's like they're like a balloon.
Like, don't pop yourself, little frog.
Apologies, I had to leave to use the bathroom.
So good.
Kitty, what are you doing?
Being
Why?
kitty.
What? Why are you being a creature right now?
It-
Why are you being a goblin?
It's a cat.
They don't stop being goblins, they just turn it down sometimes.
What? Why do you yell at me?
You know why.
Once again, monstrous. Zoe has now had much more monstrous than her original playbook.
I mean, to be fair, you could probably argue, if you wanted to, a shift of your original class to monstrous. That is one of the advanced level ups.
She essentially is, but like the way she is as a character is also very meddling kid.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good.
Kaiko's still mostly flight,
So,
but she has a lot of expert stuff she's pulled from too.
yeah, Isaac's
It's fun.
mostly professional with a good chunk of spooky and a dash of chosen. Since technically Isaac, according to the Weaver, was going to be the chosen, but it skipped him and picked Julie.
Yeah.
I vibe with this funky little creature more. It's like, I've waited all my life to serve you, Lord. It's like, that one, the college dropout, that won't do.
No, you know what it is? The Weaver is doing like the tortoise in Kung Fu Panda about to choose a dragon warrior, and Julie just
Oh,
lands
God.
right in front of it as the point.
You know, honestly, that's kind of exactly how it worked out.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I was telling TT this. It makes total sense that the Weaver would pick Julie because Julie, is being a total creature of id and impulse, who better to pull the strings of than someone who just obeys every impulse already?
Yeah.
Julie and the Weaver's relationship is complicated, and eventually I'm going to have to expose it, but I like leaving it ambiguous at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Not. Oh.
I
Okay, so-
imagine, even though it started as Oogway and Po, it's now a Shifu and Po.
So, so, Suki, Julie, Kaiko, you are following along. There's a Mothman plushie doing
Air reconnaissance.
aerial, yep, UAV, and wait, UAM.
UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Oh,
Unidentified aerial plushie.
UFA.
UAP.
But it is identified. We know exactly who this plushie is.
Yes, but the other things around it don't. It's like
That's
Well,
true.
UAV, I was saying, is unmanned aerial vehicle, which is like the term for a drone.
Yeah, man, imagine just being a zombie and you see a fucking plush coming at you. What the fuck?
I mean, the first zombies that we encountered were mascot zombies.
Yeah, these zombies are from a whole other different genre, so they're just completely befuddled.
What? No.
So, following the river with the Mothman above, you're hurrying pretty quickly, I assume.
Yep.
Yep. Moving as fast and stealthily as possible.
Okay.
Yep.
But I would like
If only we had a vehicle.
So,
Here early.
I'm going to need
Act under pressure.
I was gonna say, yeah, act under pressure. Sure, one from each of you.
653. Okay, so that's a 6 and a 5. So plus 2. That's 11. No, that's a 13.
I would like to formally
So-
apologize.
I have a 7.
I forgot I was not muted, and I thought my nuggets were burnt.
So a partial success and a total success.
Okay, and Suki,
Super.
Gray, Suki.
Gray. Gray.
Oh no.
Sorry, what's up?
You,
Act under
Act
pressure.
under pressure.
Oh, okay.
Go.
We have a
Chill.
total success, a partial success,
Oh, that is a 11.
And another total success.
Yeah.
So yeah, no problem then. And it's not really a difficult path since it's along this rather idyllic, river. But there's definitely more twists and turns, it feels like, than the regular river did. But you continue along it, and there's a few points where the Mothman has to duck down and warns you as a cluster or like a flight of gargoyles will go sailing by, but they don't seem to notice the group at the moment.
So would the
And-
Mothman give us a +1 on to read a bad situation because we know when it's coming?
I'd say that probably work. But yeah, the act under pressure was more about being stealthy and keeping a good pace. And with the Mothman providing lookout, you're able to avoid the reconstructed aerial patrols. And it doesn't seem like there's many reconstructed that go by the rivers. There were the two that Celia and Zoe took out. But for the most part, you don't see many along the rivers. Although I think you did hear from the bullfrog that the reconstructed were being eaten by the hellbender and were attempting to track it down. But it doesn't look like they're in this area. And I'll just say this is actually rather noticeable as you're going along, that eventually there's like, the air starts to smell acrid. Suki, it's a very familiar smell of the acrid cauldron smoke that you smelled in your vision when you remote viewed. As you start getting further and further north, as you actually see the river start to turn a darker, almost poisonous color. As Julie, second time seeing this happen.
Well,
Since it was
that's
one
not
of
good.
the one of the signs from your dream. And how good is Julie's memories of Sunday school and their talks of Revelations?
Oh, her parents definitely drilled Revelations into her brain.
Yeah.
It's the most important book of the Bible.
My family did, so hers definitely did.
It's the one where all the people who we hate get what's coming to them.
And Julie, you remember a passage. The third angel blew his trumpet, and a great star fell from heaven, blazing like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters became wormwood, and many died from the water because it was made bitter.
Ooh.
And there is a moment where you wonder if a previous glimpse of the worm star may have inspired this passage long ago.
Alright, so things are about to get real fucked.
And up ahead, you've passed a few of these, but like there's a bridge, just one of the bridges that crosses the river. Appropriately bigger than they were in real life, because that would just be funny. You see a bridge that was made for a river that's half as wide, so there's just a river or a bridge sticking out in the middle of a river, completely uselessly. But you see this bridge up ahead, and you see actually a vehicle parked on, or stopped in the middle of it as the Mothman swoops down and goes, there's a flatbed truck with a big old tarp over the back of it up ahead.
Flatbed truck with a tarp.
And Suki, the tracker device in your pocket beeps, because it beeps, as it signals the detection of reconstructed on the other side of the river in that direction, near where following the other way the road would have gone. And there is also another signal, one that you don't recognize.
Okay.
But
where is it?
it's with the cluster of reconstructed signals.
Okay. So, cluster reconstructed on the other side of the river. Got a bogey I don't recognize on here.
Kaiko, do you look at it?
Yes.
It is a rock giant signal.
That's a stone giant.
And the Mothman goes, "Oh, that's why the truck smelled like bones."
Oh, so there's the cultist bones.
So what I'm hearing
And
is we blow up
You
the truck.
you actually hear, as you say, you hear a bellowing roar that sends probably chills through both Julie and Kaiko both. Well, more Kaiko because Julie has no fear of them.
I have to.
You very distinctly hear the roar of a stone giant in battle.
Hey, Kaiko,
Oh.
trauma. Oh, it's fighting the
Hey.
reconstructed.
It's fighting them, you say?
Let them fight.
What
They
about
did
the
say there
flatbed?
was a
What
stone
about the
giants within the area.
What about the flatbed truck?
It
Well-
seems to be idling on the bridge. And now that you get closer to it, you see why it is actually not idling, as there is a, how big would this be? Actually, no, it's a manhole cover, has been discus thrown into and embedded into the engine block.
Oh.
Somebody
So
was
indeed-
mad they were stealing their bones.
And it sounds like this battle is further into the woods past the road, and
Can we tell who's
Yeah,
winning?
you're not sure yet, because you hear the shrieking of reconstructed and the bellowing of the stone giant. And are you getting closer to the truck
Yes.
and the bridge?
The
You
truck
actually
is
see smeared on the ground, like they got stepped on and just smeared, the bloody remains of a person.
Oh.
And then big, familiar, big footprints.
What if it's the big what if it's the stone giant from that we fucking released?
Didn't it go the opposite direction according to TT?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
It did say it was from the around Nocturne, but yeah, it went southwest. Yeah, southwest, because this is northeast. Yeah, it went towards the desert.
And it came from Nocturne's direction, not necessarily that Nocturne is where it hailed from.
Yeah, Nocturne's area.
Or at
Well,
least
right.
Nocturne is
In that
in between
direction.
where it was from.
So,
So it could have been from further east or west or what have you. Even
Yeah.
from that, just that Nocturne was in that direction.
in the worst case situation, if we have to fight one of these things, can you kill it, Julie?
Well, I was able to kill one, but then there was also that big giant one that fucked me up royal.
Wow. I don't want this flat truck of bones to get taken into, with the reconstructed. So I'm going to see if I can blow the hell up out of this truck.
And Kaiko, you hear a voice go, "Oh, she doesn't need to bother. We can handle that, can't we?"
The fire.
Mm-hmm.
Set things on
You
fire.
got a
You
little, you got a little fire, sitting on your shoulder doing the shoulder devil routine.
Savior. There's a bit.
And
Well, there's-
as you approach, you see, the tarp was partially pulled back, and I'll just say this is pretty obvious. There are, bins and, crates filled with bones obviously some pretty human skulls looking in there. Also some chimp one. A lot of chimps, actually, now that you give a quick glance. Chimps and humans mostly. But in the middle, you see the skeletal remains, almost taking up the entire length of the flatbed truck, is the corpse of a stone giant.
Mm.
I
In
thought
pretty
they
good
did.
condition, but it's you see its head, the
Uh,
neck had been broken, and its head is at a weird angle.
It decay
Yeah,
into stone, but it doesn't happen immediately.
Yeah, this looks fresh.
Remember that I had the head of that
Yeah,
one for a good long
that-
while before it fell apart?
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell this is fresh.
They're not just fighting one and taking their bones. They killed one.
Or one died naturally. Does it look like it was killed or died?
Oh,
of-
it's
You
neck
did say
is
this broken neck.
It's
I think whatever the quote unquote troll was did this.
and as if on cue, you hear another roar, but this one is deeper and bellowing, and it
The
followed
troll
quickly
is
by a shout of pain from the giant.
the troll is the biggest threat we have to deal with. I say we get rid of it now.
Rather have a stone giant as an ally than an enemy or a corpse.
E5 fucking
and
fum.
And we'll have to jump on it. Is there any way to get the truck moving, even with a say a moving bomb, as it were?
Now it's unfortunately the bridge is pretty level ground, so you can't really get it rolling with momentum, and it is it is dead where it stands. To puns.
All right, let's get rid of the troll. Let's get a jump on it.
I can't. Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to switch real briefly over to Hal, Benedict, Phineas, and Joe.
Never thought I'd die side by side with a stone giant. How about a friend? Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Never thought I'd
please.
die side by side of a snack.
Oh please, we're not children. Eat shit and die. Yes, fuck you.
Eat shit, die.
Yes, fuck you.
I'd rather eat you.
So,
Say
your
your
call,
name.
Joe. Joe, being a deer, knows all the best deer trails, so you actually make pretty good time through the woods, and eventually the tracker buzzes in your pocket, and you see up ahead you see reconstructed signatures, and it seems they're spreading out as you realize they seem to be as you see also the markers of two Sasquatch signatures where you assume the villages, and it seems they're trying to enclose the area and circle and trap.
Yeah, they're trying
And
to box them in.
Corral.
Where is the biggest gathering of them, I guess? At this point?
Probably, it looks to be where it would be at the kind of like the entrance into the resort area, because there was a main road into it.
Oh god, I just realized this is the witching hour. The treehouse is gonna look fucking amazing.
Oh
Yeah. Oh my god.
Aside from the encroaching hordes of the dead.
Yeah.
It's just the survivors found themselves cramped, but now they have a lot more real
They
estate.
found themselves an
to expand to.
Ewok village.
Basically, yeah.
Alright. We want
Or I
to.
guess it would more appropriately be a city for fucking Wookiees.
Yeah, Kashyyyk.
Do we
so-
want to plow directly
So that
through?
means we got Mala and Itchy and Scratchy. That's
Wasn't it
Chewbacca.
Lumpy?
Lumpy, that's it. Chewbacca's son from the special.
Fucking Star Wars holiday special.
My God.
Itchy's in the living room watching space porn.
Hal was
It
saying
has to
something.
wear the only one that has a personal helmet, but sorry, Hal.
Do we want to plow through like the biggest concentration, or do we want to take out smaller ones at first?
Well, we are down a few numbers, but it would make a statement to punch right through the thickest of them. Try and take as many out as possible when we still have the advantage of surprise.
All right. So, just gonna.
So yeah, in that case, yeah,
I
he's
guess-
got the flamethrower out.
Yeah, like, don't they have an area tag? I know, like, grenades have an area tag, but does the flamethrower have an area tag?
Oh, it do.
Okay, yeah. I figured it had to have. It's, flamethrowers. But, yeah.
Let me look it back up specifically. For some reason, it's not on my character sheet.
Oh, it's on Olivia. Somebody go to Olivia.
It's on the hunter sheet.
Yeah, here it is. Flame spray. 3 harm, close area, slow.
Okay.
Spray, that is. That is different than what Olivia has.
Yeah, yours is explicitly a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Roll to kick some ass first, because
Yeah. I can
Should,
do that.
yeah. To know how successful this
Okay,
is.
so, are you... Sorry, I must have missed it. So, are you trying to go through the main group? Or break through one of the...
I want to decimate the largest group possible while we still have surprise on our side.
You also have the shotgun with the assault rounds. I don't know if Kaiko gave you any of the grenades.
As far as
We did run away. Like, we did run because Julie jumped into
Yeah.
action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
because
wasn't
Julie
really-
Julie saw us bickering back and forth about how to split up exactly, and was like, "Fuck that, we're running out of time."
Kaiko has one grenade, but that's it, and she has it.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
he
no
does have
grenades.
the assault shotgun.
I should have given Phineas the bird AK-47, if I'm being honest.
it's fine. Hal has like 500 fucking weapons on him right now.
That's true. But yeah. Yeah, that would be a kick some ass if you're just charging in to burninate the people.
Burnating the countryside. Burnating all the people.
It's one of my mom's favorite songs, you know.
Tomorrow day is Labor Day.
So that is a total of 14.
Oh god.
Do you have advanced kick some ass?
I do not.
The only
My
thing they
advanced,
fear is you.
Is protect someone. I am not. It's like I'm protecting you by killing them first.
It's fair.
Yeah.
When you said 14, I just heard, like, Doom music start playing.
The only thing they fear is you.
Exactly. So... Hal, are you going to go in?
I'm waiting to see how this flamethrower pans out, and then after that, I'm gonna see what Hal can do. Because there's fire involved, and Hal doesn't want to run directly into a fire.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a
And-
lumberjack. It's his natural weakness.
It's funny how we keep calling Hal a lumberjack, and I think I might be partially to blame for that, when he's a carpenter, right?
Yep.
He's,
He doesn't
Where's
he
Flannel, though?
functions
His
out of
logical
it. He doesn't
weakness is
cut
being
down
stabbed
trees.
with a spear.
you also have to take into account that his mother taught him all of her shit, so he's a whatever.
Oh, yeah. True.
He's
And
a
that
handyman.
lumberjacks, for good and for ill, are of cultural importance in Melody.
No. He's a handyman, Sarah. A handyman. To make a swimmer's reference.
So, okay, so Benedict, Hunter, you rush in. You are going in as Hal stays back with Phineas and Joe to see what's going to happen next. Okay, you start heading up, getting closer to where Hal pointed out the largest cluster with the tracker, and sure enough, you find the road and go following the road, like looking down the because the trees are so dense, it's almost like looking down a tunnel where this road is, and at the end of it, you see this group of stingers forming a shield wall with their shields as Talons and other stingers are pacing back and forth behind the shield wall as you hear hunting rifles from the survivors a couple times crack off and ping off these bone shields. And you just march steadily up behind them, and it is...
The great thing about the shield walls is like, oh yeah, they work well up until someone gets behind you.
With a flamethrower.
And they seem so focused on their prey as they're just waiting for a chance to charge in. And as you get closer, you actually see behind, stacked logs and a couple like flipped over vehicles that were like old vehicles that were there now are just flipped over on their sides like barriers. You actually see head popping around. You see, Gilbert, this older man, and this fat heavy-set man, but he looks like he's been in battle for a while now, as he's got this oar turned into a weapon, and he looks ready to like fight off, but he just sees you, like looks at the reconstructed and then sees you, and even at this distance you just see him smile and give a nod and duck back behind the car as the reconstructed finally seem to notice as a gargoyle above rattles their tail like a bone chime in warning. But it is too late as you level your arm and as the letter said, where was it?
Sunlight is anathema to servants of the Wormstar, so what better fuel source than incandescent rage?
And
God.
it washes across them. And
yeah, his fucking halo lights up and starts flaring as he lets loose with the flamethrower.
Yeah, and it burns through this, and this shield wall scatters as they start shrieking, trying to flee. And that's all the distraction they needed, as charging out from behind you or next to you, Hal. Phineas goes charging, just full tilt into the group, towards these people, or the reconstructed.
Okay.
And at the same, like, he runs up and there's a Talon that's like turns around and aims a gun towards Benedict, but he charges in and you hear a crack as he heads-butted it in the spine and it falls to the ground, legs no longer moving, before he stomps down on its neck and gives this war cry in a language that probably hasn't been spoken in centuries, as charging out from behind the barriers, you see, led by Lila, the firefighter turned savior of these people, charge out with a fire axe in one hand and a riot shield in the other, followed by Gilbert and others
Okay.
charging out, and they just start clashing with these reconstructed.
All right. So you said there's some stingers around here, right? A while ago. Hello.
Discord is. I was talking. Sorry, I was trying to reply, but Discord does this thing where GIFs, if I'm on the page where a GIF is, it flags me out until the GIFs load. So I gotta.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
no.
Okay.
It's weird. So sometimes I'll be trying to talk and then it just waiting for the.
Sorry,
the
I didn't
connection to
know
catch up.
that.
Oh no, it's okay. I was tabbed on another thing and I tabbed back. But sorry. Yes, there were stingers, and you actually see one turn and like level another one, like aim a bone rifle towards Benedict.
Okay. I'm gonna go after that one specifically. All right. I got a 12.
Nice,
Ooh.
and that's an advanced kick some ass, right?
It sure is.
And that. No, wait, that's a fake move, never mind.
Attacking with.
I'm going to choose to suffer no harm at all because he's still probably hurt a lot if he hit me. So I'm just gonna suffer no harm at all and do 3 harm. Everything I have does 3 harm, but the spear ignores armor, so I'm using that.
Okay. And you say it. You avoid harm.
Yep, avoid all harm.
Okay. So yeah, you see this Stater lining up to fire at Benedict as he's just, clearing away some talons. And you charge up and spear it through the arm, and it is unable to you almost like wrench the arm from the torso as you stab through like the bicep where the gun connects to the body, and it's unable to retaliate. So Benedict, you're still up, and there's this melee of these survivors using homemade weapons and hunting guns to fight back. And you actually see there's actually a moment where you see a log get just chucked and take out like a group of talons that were running on all fours, coming out from the forest, and they just get crushed by this log thrown, and you see Arma the Sasquatch give her own little roar of challenge. Not little, but big roar of challenge as she's like, she's ready to defend her territory and her kid. And you actually see, like, I completely forgot, up in the trees, now that these trees are much massive now that this battle is broken out and they're no longer in hiding. The rocks and like homemade, like actual primitive stone tools, like spears and light hatchets come raining down from the treetops as the chimps also, swing into battle.
This some Lord of the Rings shit. Gondor calls for aid, and the chimps will answer.
Must to the Gordy Rim.
Just imagine if a bunch of chimps did fight in the fucking Battle of Pelennor Fields. If I was an orc, I'd run away. I'd take a look at that and go, fuck no!
All the orcs just suddenly start hearing in the distance.
And they would come in riding on fucking horses. That'd be extra terrifying.
Well,
With
That's
AK-47s. Planet of the Apes
Yeah.
versus Sauron.
God. So,
all right, noting that down.
Benedict. So Benedict, what do you want to do as this melee just breaks out?
Well, it would be a no longer use the flamethrower then, unless there's some big clumps. Still, anyone stupid enough to get in a clump still.
Yeah, you scattered
But,
their line pretty effectively.
Yeah, he's gonna shut off the flamethrower then, and he's taking out the fucking the fucking shotgun. And he's definitely gonna prioritize anybody who's in a bit of a pickle.
Okay, I'm going to say that with the... yeah, just roll to kick some ass.
Or protect somebody in this case. I'm specifically trying to protect other people or whatever, instead of choosing new targets. So still roll kick ass.
No, I'd say that's protect someone, because it's gonna be a little more abstract from here, because it's such a big melee.
Okay, that is a 15, and that is an advanced
Oh my
protect
God.
somebody.
Ooh, yeah. As if you are fine-tuned by this determination gained from this letter and this lesson that Ismail tried to teach, leave behind for you, and seeing these survivors, I'm not even going to ask for past lives. You remember that there were times in dealing with the previous reconstructed threat, there were people you could have saved, that you and Ismail both could have saved, but you let them burn because it was more important to punish those that had hurt you both. But now you know better, and you are there to protect. And
for my extra effect, I would like to choose. For my extra effect on the advanced, it says protect someone perfectly. Both you and someone else are both out of danger, and if they were protecting a bystander, they become your ally for a time.
Oh yeah. So there's a moment where Lila, this really tall, beefy woman, wearing her firefighter gear because it's heavy and not exactly armored, but she gets surrounded by some Talons, and they manage to drag her shield, this riot shield, away from her, and they're about to go for the killing blow, but you get in there and you manage to clear them off, and with her help you go and you rescue other groups of these people that were starting to get overwhelmed.
My other weapon I had picked up from an earlier level this arc was my limbs can now count as 2-harm magic messy.
Oh yeah, so you're shooting the ones that aren't within arm's reach, but those ones you don't need the flamethrower, as you are just crushing bone and chitin with metal fists. You're just a tiny, short little manlet of fury.
Doomslayer, but he's tiny.
So Doomslayer.
Yeah, so Doomslayer.
Doomslayer if he was the height of comics Wolverine.
And how?
The better height, you mean?
Yes.
So you're up.
Okay.
This is I'm going a little more abstract since there's so many. It would take forever just to go through one by one. But so if you have an abstract way of using an ability, that I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I do have an abstract way of using my ability if you let me fuck around with magic some more.
Go ahead. What do you want to do?
Depends on.
Use magic is rather open-ended on what you want to do with it.
See, I got a question in this case. Is it like fantasy logic rules where positive healing magic hurts undead?
Yeah, that's what. Because the bullshit that I pulled out of that guy's head, I made basically a little sun in my hands and pull it out of his face.
Yeah.
Can I make myself a glow stick?
Here
I rolled a 13.
Okay, TT, I know this. Don't know how this will have future repercussions, but for other games. But yeah,
Alright.
you focus on this, and it's like you become this radiant, shining beacon of the sun, just walking on the earth as the sky is covered in clouds, and the effect is instant. These reconstructed scream and recoil as suddenly one of their greatest fears is right there among them.
AK, you know what pose I'm in right now, right?
Yes. Praise it. Praise it!
Solaire.
God damn it.
So-
He's just sitting there thinking, I hope this fucking shit works, and then he does that.
And it's not like vampires where they just like movie vampires where they just catch fire and explode, but they are recoiling as if you are the brightest thing, even though they have no eyes. And with that distraction and their weakening, it is kind of child's play for for everyone else to finish off those that remain, and then the rest seem to scatter back into the woods.
Yeah.
Crisis averted, thanks to some amazing rolls. Holy shit!
How do I turn this off?
You don't.
Fuck.
This really was the fucking. This really was like Helm's Deep. Look to the east. Look to Hal.
Oh my god. Don't look at me, you'll fucking get
Hal was
blinded.
Gandalf, and Benedict was all of the Rohirrim.
Where's the army? Don't need it.
Don't need it.
I will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
So shine and burn until it is done.
It's like we don't need an army.
Yeah.
We have a man with a Napoleon complex.
So, while I'm going to switch now over to Zoe and Suki. Not Suki. Ah! Zoe!
Zoe and
and
Celia.
Celia. Jeez.
Experience.
Alright. As we zoom.
Go back to playing Isaac, and I'm just going to be like calling him someone completely different on accident, like the whole time.
Would Zoe and Celia be team fly fishing?
Yeah.
They're the transistors.
Yes. Absolutely. What do we see at the observatory as we zoom?
You get closer and closer to the mountain, and it seems more impressive now, of course, than the Bewitched, because everything is.
Yeah.
But it is,
I imagine with my super speed, the gargoyles can't even keep up anymore.
no, if any of them did see you, and they did try to keep up, you did outpace them. But you do see some up, kind of like vultures circling the top, above the mountain. So you're not sure. You're pretty sure that they wouldn't be doing that if the thunder rattle was near, and you haven't heard any thunder.
So yeah,
But-
looks like it's going to be just you and me up there.
And as you get closer, you hear like a few gunshots go off. Like it sounded like a handgun. Actually, it sounds very similar to the same caliber that Isaac would use, but don't know if either of you know specific guns that.
Seems like Spindle Dick's at it again.
Yep. Spindle shithead. Celia,
Zoe?
I'm gonna regret this later, aren't I?
Depends on what this is.
There's probably cultists up there.
Probably.
Zoe, like, closes her eyes, doesn't take a deep breath, because she's got to be, like, breathing to fly because she's going very fast. But just takes the moment to try and center herself. And when she opens her eyes, her pupils have shrunk.
So, gonna need you both to roll a read a bad situation as you get closer.
Really bad situation. That's
8.
7 plus 1. That's an 8.
Okay, so you both get a hold of one. Best way in, best way out, dangers you haven't noticed, biggest threat, most vulnerable to you, and best way to protect the victims.
Well, I asked best way to protect the victims earlier.
Yeah,
But that was for us.
Yeah. Well, you were specifically asking about them, so I will say that as you get close, the very basic look as you start cresting the trees, as you start approaching the more level peak, you do see what seems to be a handful, maybe 6, 7 reconstructed, a few talons and some stingers, and what looks to be 3 humans, cultists by the looks of how their heads are shaved and they've self-inflicted wounds. But it looks like the humans are standing back as the reconstructed are prodding and tugging at the shutters that are now sealed over the windows.
Okay.
It seems like they're trying to find their way in. And the gunshots you heard it seems to be like they had pried open a corner of one shutter, but had gotten shot at, so they are trying to pry at it, but without exposing themselves to this, corner of the window. And It seems that's where they're focusing on. So, best way to protect the victims would be to, prevent them from getting inside.
All right. Yeah.
How do we keep them from getting inside?
Give them a bigger problem to worry about.
Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
It seems that you do see a stinger that was perched up on the roof. This one missing a shield, but this one is actually hidden up on the roof with a arm gun, and it seemed to be, sniper position.
Ah. Celia,
Yeah.
I'm gonna release you and let you slam into that one on the roof, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to need an act under pressure from you, Zoe, because you don't have the glamour of Phineas anymore.
I mean, I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm trying to be like fucking.
Yeah, you're not being sneaky at all. You're just streaking across. So this thing is probably going to see these pair of monsters and the cat come flying right at it.
Oh my god! So that's a 12.
This is what happens.
Dang.
We all just start fighting things, and the dice are just like, it's murder time.
When shit hits the fan, the stakes are high. Generally, Melody's the dice comes in clutch.
I essentially want to let go of Celia to give her the momentum of my shot forward, so she can hit the sniper.
Your festival specialing.
Yeah, sort of, but like Zoe's not throwing; she's letting go to give give Celia momentum through the air while she.
You're doing a bombing run, but the payload is frog.
The payload's frog, and she is, going down towards the ones on the ground.
Airdropping gay frogs onto your location.
Okay, so and what is your act under pressure?
It's raining snakes and it's raining.
It's just nothing goes wrong.
Okay.
10 plus, you do what you set out to do.
Okay, yeah. So, Celia,
Yeah.
kick some ass with a. You know what? Let's test out that advantage. Roll 3d6, take the higher 2.
That's an 11.
How much damage does your sword do? Or are you sword or chomp?
Wait, that's a 9. That's still 9's still pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Sword does 4 damage, armor piercing.
So,
And it's magic, I do believe.
So, kick some ass on a 9. Yeah. As I'll say that with the extra momentum from Zoe's, that it's very anime as you kind of do the slide past it, sword in the pose, as it just kind of the head slides off its shoulders. And Zoe, you are now charging towards this cluster.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the biggest, toughest looking one in them. Which one would that be?
There's a stinger that is bulkier than the others and has like a shield and an axe in its hand. Looks ready to. It looks like it's going to be the first one through the window once they pry it open.
Okay, I'm gonna roll kick some ass. 8. That's a 8 plus my weird, which is a +3. Oh wait, let me check that. Because I do have. Hold on. And my +1 from preternatural speed gives me a 12, which activates
Dang.
Zoe's advanced kick some ass. How much harm does the axe do again? By 2? Sarah?
Zero?
Sarah?
No, I'm here. I'm here. Can no one hear me?
No. How much damage does the axe do?
That's weird. It must have glitched out again. I was saying, same damage as like a fire axe, so 2 damage, right, Hill?
3.
3.
So 3 damage.
Okay. That's perfect. Okay. I'm going to, because I don't want to bite
I
these
think
guys.
right. I think hatchet is like 2 damage.
I'm going to come down and essentially, like, just come down, axe to the head.
Okay.
And I rolled a 12, which is advanced kick some ass. You devastate and overall your enemy. I'm going to do. Your attack drives the enemy away in a route. Route?
Yeah. Route.
Yeah, route.
Route. So she's coming down with the axe and like whole mass suddenly in front of them.
Okay.
We're routed. Go back.
So the stinger, as you go dashing down after depositing Celia, it looks up just in time to avoid it getting a forehead full of axe, but the axe drives actually kind of part way into its torso as you hit that part between neck and shoulder, but it staggers back. On a human, this would be a killing blow, but this thing staggers back as it heavily damaged, but it seems to glare at you and is about to retaliate.
Yeah, let me have it.
And it swings out with this axe, and I'll probably I'll just say that since you damaged, because you hit the side where the axe arm is, 2 harm.
Hey, it goes to hit her with the axe, and it collides with her chitin armor, and bounces off. Should I feel that, your body has 2 armor.
Yeah, I was going to say it would have been a full axe hit, but you did attack its arm, and it's on death's door.
What's the full axe attack? 3?
Yep.
Because I also have immortal.
Oh. Wait, so does that do more damage or you take less damage?
I beat with my armor and immortal. I have 3 damage reduction.
Oh yeah, but it tried, but you you deflect it with the wing or your armor, and it seems frustrated by that. But now you are in the midst of this cluster of reconstructed, with the humans now shouting as they look like they looks like they were just having a smoke break, just like standing back. But seeing this happen now, they're like trying to get these hunting rifles up.
Yeah.
Celia.
And she does like she does usually. It just opens herself up to her complete size.
Yeah, the Cobra threat display.
Yeah.
So, Celia,
Mm-hmm.
you're up. There's 3 humans off to the off. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go on.
No, I was just saying. There's 3 humans. The cultists. 2 of them have what look to be like hunting rifles, and the other one had like a machete. And then there's a handful of there's 6 of the reconstructed. No, 5 of the reconstructed. And they are facing off with Zoe because they seem more intimidated right now by the snake serpent thing that is threatening them than realizing their sniper just got taken out.
So their backs are turned to me.
Because you are above them.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to drop down onto the nearest person who's carrying the rifle.
Goomba stop.
Yeah, because they were kind of like off to the side of the building to
Actually-
avoid the gunfire. You were going after the cultist, right?
Actually, I just remembered I have this. I'm going to attempt to grab one of them with my tongue and reel them in.
Oh yeah, you used that
Oh my
in the
God.
sleeper arc.
Pulling a fucking viper.
Okay, yeah. So the cultists, they were kind of off to the side from where the reconstructed were to avoid the line of gunfire from the window they were prying open. But yeah, you go ahead, roll for it.
Is this advantage or normal?
Normal.
11.
11. Dang. That's a kick some ass for that, or a grapple kind of deal.
Kick some ass.
Okay.
Gonna grab them with my tongue, reel them in, and just crunch their head.
Oh.
Oh dang. So with an 11, you get an extra effect. Advantage for +1 forward, to give +1 to another hunter, inflict terrible harm, or suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
I guess that would be forcing them where I want them, isn't it?
I guess you could. I guess it was a free. I guess with your tongue, that's just like a free benefit of that. And where you want them is in your mouth. So I guess that's technically a free aspect of it, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
So in that case, I guess I give a +1 ongoing to Zoe.
Oh.
This would be a demoralizing thing to suddenly And how much damage does that do?
4 armor piercing.
Yeah, you pull them up as they scream and then chomp down and not killing them, but they are very, very hurt as you have this they drop the gun and now they are just being chomped on.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the reconstructed and the people as they swear in fright, and that gives you your bonus, Zoe.
So it is my turn again?
Yep.
Okay, Are they bunched together?
They are they are sort of loosely surrounding you, but there
Okay.
is like,
Then I would.
it's like you. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Okay, no, if they were close together, I was going to do something else, but they're not, so I'm going to do something else. That is a oof. Well, that's a 6 plus 1 from Celia plus 3 from Weird.
So
So
that's a 10.
To kick some ass. I'm still going after that big guy. So it's 3 from the axe.
Okay, yeah, just the base damage from the axe would be enough to polish it off.
Kill it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will.
Oh, you basically like pull the axe out of its shoulder and then just
finish going
go for
through
the
it
neck.
from that same
Yeah.
wound.
Yeah, you like cleave off its arm, and it's like a portion of it, and it just collapses.
And I will give a +1 to another hunter.
Okay, just passing it back and forth.
Yeah, because like this one's dead, so I can't really do more harm, and taking less harm currently isn't very much of an issue for Zoe.
Hot potato, hot potato.
And yeah, it like there's when you chop at that stinger, a talon leaps at you and slashes. And hold on, how much damage did I say their slices do? Sorry about this.
Oh, you're good.
Talons. Okay. I actually didn't write that down. Yeah. So, yeah, with your, actually, it would have been the same thing. With your new improved armor, it slices and it cannot break that 3 armor threshold. As it slashes at you and you like toss it back, try to take advantage of you finishing off the stinger to go for you, but it is then that the shutters that they were trying to pry open. Actually, the one they were trying to pry open only raises a bit before it gets jammed, but some of the other shutters rattle open, and suddenly you hear Fallow's voice say, "Zoe, get down!" And then there is a spray of semi-automatic gunfire as Fallow opens fire from inside and polishing off a pair of talons.
Hell yeah. Fuck this guy, but hell yeah.
And Celia, you're up. You have a very frightened near-death cultist in your grasp, and 2 others below you.
This guy is mostly incapacitated, so I'm just gonna drop him and try to grab the next nearest one.
Okay. They're both similarly. There's one that has a machete and one with the gun.
Gonna go for the one with the gun.
Okay. Probably smarter since kick some ass.
10.
Probably don't want to lick up a knife. 10?
10.
All right. So yeah,
Celia's
you
the
once
sniper
again,
now.
You drop this person as this other guy tries to aim a gun at you, but he has to step back as the cultist that you dropped nearly falls on him, and that's enough of a distraction for you to chameleon tongue him up, and once again chomp. Are you chomping again?
Yep.
Yep, and much like the last one, you chomp, and because they are holding a gun that they can't really get a good angle on, they aren't able to retaliate, leaving the one with the machete to try and pick up the gun of the now dead person that you first bit. But, Oh yeah, you would get an extra effect. So if you wanted to do extra harm, you could finish it off, or if you wanted to pass it on, or
Extra
the
harm.
other effects. Yeah. So this time you crunch down and they are silenced with just that first bite. And the other one, seeing that, just kind of has like a fuck that moment, and they look like they're getting ready to run. They stop trying to get the gun.
How many are left? That guy? How
Um,
many?
there's the one cultist left, and like another stinger. No, two stingers and a talon.
Okay.
There was 3 each. Actually, yeah, there was like 9 altogether, 3 each. So yeah. Celia, Celia, you finished that one off. So Zoe, it's your turn.
That's an 11 plus 3.
Ooh. So once again, going a little abstract since these rolls are very good. With covering fire from Agent Fallow, and actually, there's a moment where you think there might be 2 guns being fired. From covering fire coming from the windows, and Celia, you eventually just roll a kick some ass. Another one real quick. This time
Okay.
with advantage because the battle has already turned in your favor.
That is a 14.
Yeah, with you jumping down and covering fire from inside, and Zoe going a little bit berserk, you managed to quickly take down the remaining reconstructed. The cultist, do you wish to pursue or let them just run off on their own?
What are you doing with
Because
it? About
so
him,
far
Celia?
the only reconstructed remaining are gargoyles that have taken a much higher altitude to get away from this, but are still within eyesight, but high up.
Are you going to let the cultist go, Celia?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it doesn't take unless Zoe, if you pursue.
I'm unsure. She's gonna let him go. But her berserkitude has not abated, and with the enemies on the ground dead, her eyes jut up towards the gargoyles. And she's going to go up and after the gargoyles.
So okay, I'm coming through now. So you throw yourself into the air and start pursuing, and I'm just gonna say that they were far away enough, and that once they start seeing a very large serpentine thing start flying into the air, they scatter.
Yeah, you better run.
They are, as you've seen, they are not combatants. They are just recon. Randall would be disappointed.
Yeah, they're a terrible namesake. That after a couple of minutes, well, not minutes, but like after a couple seconds of being up in the air with them all having gone, Zoe does come back down to the ground.
Yeah, and while you're up, Celia, you see like the door opens, and stepping out, you see Agent Fallon. He has a similar gun to the collapsible one that Isaac has, where it like folds out from inside their clothing, or like the jackets they wear. But he's just kind of like looking around. It's like, we all good?
And
You
darts
doing all right?
towards him.
And stepping up behind him, you actually see Elias, the cultist,
Oh,
and he's also there, and he's holding a a simple pistol. And after a moment, he's like looking around, and then he Fallow looks to him and just wordlessly Elias hands the gun back to him, and then just like goes back inside.
Oh.
So,
What happened?
okay.
Sorry, what was that?
So, is everything okay?
And he goes, Fallon, like looking around, it's like, well, unless they send a second wave, we should be good. We like looking around, just like, sort of, scanning the edge of the parking lot area where the woods are. Just he seems skittish, not skittish, but on edge.
That's fair.
He goes, we had to turn off the shield with the daybreak, so it could cool down. And a few hours later, they just suddenly showed up. Once actually, it was before the sky turned. So
It was overcast.
yeah,
Took advantage of that.
fortunately, our snake friend just left sometime during the night once it seemed there was no more coming this way.
Think they'll be
they're
back?
on my left. What?
Think they'll be back?
And there's a voice that comes up, and Ogilvy kind of appears in the doorway, also looking around nervously. Goes, stories, they probably are. They just flew off back. Local legend says they have a den up in the mountains, up where the storms are usually the fiercest.
Hmm. Are you going to be able to handle things from here?
Fallow, like he looks around and he goes, "Well, now that we know they're not going to be worried about the sun, we'll be ready to deploy the shield as soon as anything weird happens." How are things on your end? Hal started to message me back, but then they attacked.
We had to split up 3 ways. If you're good, we should probably go help the others.
We should, yeah.
And Ogilvy kind of there's a moment where like a look of shame crosses his face, and he's like, "I wish I could help, but I'm not exactly as spry as I once was, and I think I'd be better off here."
You
That's
can't
alright.
transform into a giant frog or a giant snake, cat, whatever.
No, I can't. And actually, now that it's Melody, not Melody, but Bewitched,
Bewitched?
Since you weren't able to take a photo of him, he looks like he does normally, but if you look at his eyes, he doesn't have irises or pupils. It's almost as if his eyes are almost like a cliche of just a starfield.
Oh, whoa.
That seems to be the really only bizarre thing about him. While Fallow is similar to Isaac, where if you look hard enough, there are the puppet strings.
Hmm.
And also, now that you've kind of had a personal effect with this, Zoe, if you kind of squint, you'll see kind of like at his temple, it looks like faded surgical scars.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay, that...
But those weren't there normally, but these seem like
Yeah.
faint, almost translucent.
I wonder if that's a Bewitched thing, or if that's a Zoe mind controlling him thing.
Oh, these are not fresh.
Okay.
You can.
Ah,
These
so
look
this is-
like older, healed, like surgical scars. They're not like jagged. These look very precise, like a surgery. Long healed over surgery, but for some reason you're able to see them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But we should head towards the tree.
And speaking of,
Okay.
we're going to switch, since we are nearly at time, to the other trio.
Okay, so
Suki, Julie, Keiko.
I have.
Sorry,
All
go
right,
ahead.
I have a plan. One, we have Mothman here take this Raxamane Grave and drop it in the big cluster. It's not gonna hurt the stone giant because, well, they could take a volcano to the face. So, and once everything's distracted, we're gonna lay into the big one.
All right.
I mean, hey, that sounds like a plan. It's probably a good time to bust this out. And Suki reaches around back and fishes out, that cryo weapon we got at the beginning of the thing
Oh
that
my
I haven't
God!
used yet.
Oh, the fucking cryolator.
Oh
The
yeah.
freeze thrower.
Kind of like cocks the freeze thrower. Sounds like a plan. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
so since I'm having the Mothman drop the grenade, do you want me to roll to kick some ass for both me and him?
I want TT to roll it
Oh,
because TT created it and it is a melody creation.
all right.
He went
So-
He went from like fucking Kiwi to Yoda
That's-
for a second
that's all
there.
right.
So there aren't stats for monsters in Melody the same way there are for player characters. So this is just flat dice roll, which is a 9.
Yeah, do a flat dice roll. Okay, and I'll say that with, I was gonna say I would give like a +1 to that roll.
Okay. So
So
a
it's
10.
flat 10, which is a success. Full.
yeah. Oh my god, the puppies are howling.
All right.
Oh.
So the Mothman takes off with the grenade in hand, ready to drop it. So as we get closer, what do we see?
As you follow this road, that it seems that this chase, and you find at first another stomped on and crushed remains of a human cultist, from what you can tell from the remains, and then you find a talon that looks like, well, you find half of a talon, and then about 10 yards down the road you find the other half of the talon, and you start following this path of destruction, and you see like shipped off
Is the path
stone.
of destruction leading towards the tree or away from it?
Kind of away. This road was coming from the northeast, and it looks like it was like heading west.
Either way, we
Across
need to
the
get rid of
river.
our biggest known threat.
You hear the sounds of the struggle up ahead, and eventually you come to this clearing around this road where they've seem to have stopped. Where is it? You see this field as talons and stingers, many of them laying in states of damage or destruction, scatter around as others move around. Stingers firing off bone rounds from their rifles or pellets of necrotic energy, but they glance or seem ineffective against the stone hide of a massive rock giant. And despite the confirmation that the stone giant you recognize standing there went into the desert, it is now standing there, heaving with breath as it faces off with a massive humanoid. Monstrous yet humanoid, this brutish reconstructed is a veritable tank of a monster, its body burdened by heavy armor plates of bone and chitin. Scarred by conflicts distant and alien, it moves with deadly intent with every gesture and action. Eyeless like the rest of the reconstructed, however, its head was an angular predatory skull nearly shark-like in profile. Unlike the others, it lacked individual fangs or teeth. Instead, the very bones of its jaws sharpened into shearing, jagged teeth that scrape against each other as it opens its mouth to spit a vile curse in the language of the Wormstar. Jagged claws grip the handle of a brutal blade seemingly scrimshot from the single massive bone, wisps of sickly green flame dashing across the dark pitted surface as gouts of the same green flame leak from its jaws as it faces off with the stone giant, both on equal standing with each other. But as you can see, this The stone giant is under threat of being overwhelmed by the reconstructed.
Okay,
Oh. Oh my god.
so
And now you have seen the troll.
all right, so the Mothman is going to fly into the air and drop the grenade right in the biggest cluster of reconstructed, like swarming the stone giant, and the troll. And when that happens, Kaiko's going to let loose fire.
Okay. Suki and Julie, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fuck it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck up that troll.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck it up!
I fucking knew that fucking stone giant was gonna be here.
All right,
Damn, a cave troll.
You
got
couldn't
me.
fool me.
you want me to roll first, Sarah?
Well, I'll just say, actually, all three of you roll. But, the grenade, since that was already rolled,
Oh fuck!
there is a gargoyle, the rattling bone chime alert as the Mothman plushie swoops over, and you see them, look, everyone in the clearing kind of looks up in, confusion as they see the Mothman just sail by, and then dropping the grenade almost like dropping an egg as it just sails back off. And there was a group of talons that looked like they were getting ready to circle around and jump onto the giant's back. The grenade falls by them, and one of them, actually dumb enough, bends down, picks it up moments before it detonates, incinerating that one and scattering the rest of that group around it, taking out a few of the others and burning the rest that were in that cluster.
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I have surprise, and I have advanced kicks and math.
And what were you using to attack?
My fire on the troll. So, let's do math. That's 4. My regular fire is 4 plus 2 from the surprise, and with smite, that's a 12. From advanced kicks and math, that's doubled.
Wait, how is that a 12 from a smite?
Because smite doubles it.
And then what does the advanced SMS do?
Also doubles it.
This is some bullshit.
I'm sorry, but that's what the rules say.
We're all
I
way
didn't
too
intend this.
powerful for this fucking game.
Yeah, because smite makes it so it's a weakness to whatever monster it fights, which is a double. And advanced kicks and math doubles whatever harm you do.
And I did say that they say.
Should that be able to stack?
So let me type out the math. So Kaiko's is a +4.
I'm not angry at all. I don't mean to sound angry when I said that's bullshit. It's just as a game mechanic, I'm just how is that allowed?
We're not supposed to have it. That's how it's allowed.
To be fair,
We're
to be
supposed
fair,
to die.
what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to normally have a keeper who's much more of a fucking bastard than I am, and kills you guys before you guys get stacked
Also,
like this.
You put Kaiko into a situation where she has to use the thing she never wants to use in main campaign.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I did know this going into this with.
So that's 24 points of damage to the troll.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I definitely that really fucking hurts it. It didn't take it out from the HP I had listed because I beefed this thing up, but fucking ouch. So I'm sorry, Suki and Julie, but actually I should ask this. Tomorrow's Labor Day. I don't know how many of you
I can go late.
have tomorrow off, and I that's the thing. I know some of you can. I just don't know how many of you are willing to.
I can't. I actually got to go pick up Lily right now.
So this will actually be a decent place to leave off. So we'll pick up next time with Suki and Julie, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Didn't mean to.
Oh no,
Oh, you're fine.
no, it's how the timing worked out.
Hey, that's not.
Yeah, but
And-
I just feel bad about robbing it from Gray.
Well, it's not dead.
You
Yeah,
still
it's
have
not
the
dead.
No,
necromancer.
not like he doesn't even get a turn, so that's my issue. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
I mean, can we just roll attacks real quick and then end?
Yeah, go ahead.
So for kick some ass, I got a 12.
Dang.
Do you have advanced?
No. I just unlocked the ability to get advances with the last level up, and to be honest with you, I'm having too much fun building Suki into the, oh hey, her old spooky bullshit's coming back.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It's happening.
Oh God!
Got an
Fire with
11.
cold. What's
I
that
got an
gonna
11,
do?
kick some ass, and while I don't have advance, kick some ass. That is 6 harm.
God dang.
That's magic and armor penetrating and all
Don't you
that
also
shit.
have smite too on top
Yes,
of that?
that's
which
what the
also
smite.
double-
That's including the smite.
Oh right.
So, Raise Thrower, looking at Isaac's sheet, because I have that up
Yeah.
on the other page, can temporarily slow down big monsters and can be used to temporarily make armor more brittle and less effective on top of inflicting 2 harm. So, Sugi, you're using the Freeze Thrower?
Yep, just immediately like, alright, let's ice this bitch.
The cryolator.
And
Yeah, we just
then
fucking roll up on this son of a bitch.
He's like,
Really?
I'm gonna fight you.
what was your attack?
Needle arm.
Needle arm. Okay. And okay, so I'm going to say that for the setting up of this, Suki, you are the one who rushes. You and Julie rush in first, and you rush up and start using this freeze thrower. And Julie, you remember this when Isaac used it against Rock Giant, but now it's used to come to the aid of a Rock Giant, ironically. And you step back for a moment as the troll gives this barks another curse and the worm tongue, and turns around and like looks down at Suki hosing down its legs with this thing as frost grows on it, and like you see bits of its armor become brittle and crack under its movement, and it seems ready to reach down to grab her by the head, but Julie, you reach out and your claws, now that you've helped, now that you've had a personal and intimate look into Reconstructed through helping the Talon, your claws know exactly what to do, and they slice out, and the arm falls off at the joint of the elbow as the troll just kind of like stops and stares at it, kind of replicating the wound to the talon as it just looks at its arm in confusion and then looks at you, and as it lifts up this massive cleaver of a sword. And Kaiko, this whole time you were trying to get your flame to act, but it seemed
focus.
to resist. And it says, Are you really going to accept our deal, our gift?
Is that where we're gonna end?
And
Yep.
no, what do
Oh.
you say?
Yeah, because that's before your attack goes off.
Only. Okay. You see. You do know.
Will you?
You do know what happens if you. If. Kaiko, you realize just as much as I do what will happen if you reach the point they want you. You will cease. So I want to live and I want everyone else to live.
Then use me. Fight for your life and the lives of those you care about. You have the tools at your disposal.
You gotta fight for the life.
So long as you know that who's in control here. I'm not gonna die in a pyre.
All right.
And I'm going to roll
Yeah.
Dark Negotiator.
Well, you don't have to, because you see this cleaver lift up over Julie, threatening to come down like a guillotine. As the fire spreads up your arm, and then it shoots out from your hand, and you hit this troll, searing into its back as it screams in rage and pain as it spins around, as this flame crawls across its body like serpents, just coiling around it as it tries to engulf this thing, as it screams.
That
And
may be Dana.
it lifts its cleaver, this time swinging over the heads, and like Julia and Suki, because you are close, you feel the wind of it slicing above you, but then it's bellowing and flailing around with one limb, and then it shouts out in a language of the Worm Star as you see the flames still burning, but they are drawn towards the blade and seem to get drawn into the pits of this blade as you, Kaiko, you hear your flame go, fortunate. But we do what we must, or do what we can, as you see the troll take the blade, now burning with green and blue, as it stabs it into the ground and then rips it up, slicing into the very air as it steps through this portal. It opened into the very air itself and steps through this wound. And you see Suki seeping through this tear in the very fabric of reality. You see that green smoke from the cauldron billow out, and you see, standing behind it, shrouded in smoke, 3 green eyes burning with hatred stare back at you, 3. And the wound closes as this troll, heavily wounded, surviving by the skin of its teeth, even though it has no skin, manages to escape for now. But leaving you, though, surrounded by now worried, reconstructed, and an angry-looking rock giant. And that's where we'll leave off.
I really wish you hadn't done all that plot stuff while I was getting ready to go get Lily.
Well, it wasn't plot. It was the
Thought you were
That was
tax going off.
that was still a big character moment.
You didn't say you were going anywhere. You just said I have to go get Lily soon, and then went quiet.
I said now.
Well,
We were trying to
I'm
wrap
sorry.
up an end.
Sorry.
that is why we record.
Yeah.
It is why we record. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Fuck me for feeling bad, I guess.
No. Okay. Or is there